Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
We will
relevant.
bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
Alex stole it as well.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
Exactly.
The fireworks are not done.
Validating commentary on the case. I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for Trump's sake.
Good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Happy Thursday to you. I have to say, I don't know if we're going to have a podcast tonight. I don't know yet. Thomas has some stuff going on in life that's very pressing and takes precedence. That's why that's what it is. So we'll see what the schedule is. We're going to play it by ear. I'll let you know later today if we're able to do that or not. Let's see. I'm going to win the internet. I was going to win the internet from my girlfriends to give it to her. I feel like I failed. It says 80s. Well, Shelly Knuckles Kelly, congratulations. You won the internet. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility. 80s. You can. There's always tomorrow. Your girlfriend's gonna love it. Sometimes the delayed, I was gonna say absence makes the heart goes fonder. That's not it. But the longer you have to work for something, the more rewarding it is, right? Yay, says Shelly Knuckles Kelly. I am a repeat offender. Just waving your rap sheet for everybody to see, Shelly. Looks good. Looks great, Shelly. Congratulations. Everything IP related is your responsibility. You're, in fact, the internet owner for the day. You did fabulous. Great win. All right. Yes, we're not going to the Clancy closings, but I can't promise what we have here today is much better. And what was the last trial that was this bad? I mean, it started out great. But then took a dive. It went south really fast. It's where we live now, I guess. We're trying to get this one wrapped up, put a bow on it, and store it away somewhere in the archives where it will never be seen again. But it is what it is. We're down in Texas with Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill is we're actually waiting for him right now, so he's probably in back somewhere. Wonder if he's picking up a new offense, a new charge, a new write-up, even as we speak. Let's see. Need to see what the jury sentences. Right. It took a dump. It did. It took it right in the crapper. Welcome. Red Pen has birthdays this morning. Let's celebrate birthdays before the judge shows up. Let's see if we can get this done in time. So everyone, all of you, wherever you are, if you're able and it's legal, stand up, take a breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with your neighbor, and warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. I'm trying not to read. This is such a bad case. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Audrey Horick, beginner crafter, an Ohio ginger. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to 3 people with 2-word first names. Audrey Horick, beginner crafter, and Ohio ginger. I guess 2-word names. Some people have only 1-word names, and some people have 3. So. Happy birthday. I realize there are many wonderful days, but today is your special day. There are a million places you could be and a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be right here with us. The privilege, pleasure, and the joy, that is ours. Hopefully we can turn that joy right back to you and make your day more special. Begin by helping yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's House, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. Said McDonald's, which is, don't sue me. happy birthday. And we finished in time, too. Didn't want to be singing the birthday song when the judge was calling order to the court. Looks like we might be getting our defendant in right now. This is live out of Texas, by the way. You can always try to pronounce my real name. I think the L is silent. My Grazada. Is that close? Nailed it first try. I knew it. Did a great job. Kick, turn, spin, and cha-cha-cha. Yeah, there we go. Looking good. Dancer's doing a great job. Thank you, 80s, for the training. High kicks. Make sure you stretch. I don't want any injuries. There's no workers' comp here. Chat not on screen. How did I fail that one? It's almost like I didn't have a checklist this morning to follow. Just kidding. Happy birthday to Adri Hora, comedian, crafter, Ohio Ginger. 3 of you. Drum solo. Beautiful. There we go. Now we can go back to court. Here's the schedule for today. We are going to see what fate has in the cards for Mr. Hill. As far as sentencing goes, he's been convicted yesterday, and and guilty. Sometimes a jury might walk out of a courtroom, and it's possible that in hindsight, as you leave the courtroom and suddenly you get more information about the case or something, you're like, wow, I was so sure when I voted. Did I do the right thing? This jury, if anyone on the jury, did have that little nagging thought. I'm not saying reasonable doubt. I'm saying little nagging thought as they just reflect on their actions convicting Mr. Hill. He put that to bed. He put that to rest. He spoke assurances to their soul yesterday. And I bet all of them now are saying, what took us so long? What took us so long finding him guilty? Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. All right. Mr. Hill is a bit of a handful in the prison system. He's no one likes to see problems in the prison system. Obviously, the jailers, they don't sign up for that, and Mr. Hill apparently did. 80 says, I was thinking of unsubscribing. I don't need this in my life. Oh, stress. 80s, just take a day if you need it. Take a day. There's nothing wrong with taking a day off. As more video comes out of Nepal, conversation shift, jump, change of topic from prisons and sinks to Nepal, and the flash flood video is what is so incredible, and I mean incredible as in unbelievable, difficult to believe, is you watch these videos, if you're watching them, they're terrible to watch, and you're like, I've seen this before, but only from Hollywood. I've seen this when the the meteor strikes the Atlantic Ocean and a huge tidal wave comes, and wipes out New York. That's the type of feel that these videos have as people are just doing their everyday thing, and then suddenly they're running for their lives with no chance of escape. And the 6-story building that was between them and the flood is gone. It's crazy. It's crazy. So once again, prayers for those people over in Nepal and Tibet. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Case in Memphis, Tennessee, but I don't remember what it was. I thought you were going to cover it. That's the quadruple murder one. It's still out there. It's still out there. We've got a bit. I can't remember the name, but let's see. Allie G in UK just checking in while we're on the way to collect her husband's car from the garage. I said garage, right? You see me? Hopefully all are well today. We are. Everyone but Mr. Hill is well today. And we're not going to do as well when Mr. Hill starts talking today. I was telling my hubby about this trial. Should have seen the look on his face. It was priceless. Miss Mary, I'm so glad I didn't have to be there for that conversation. It's funny, and at the same time, it's like disgusting. And I think that the part I'm most upset about, and unfortunately this rings true in a lot of courtrooms, is that the prosecutor has no, like, when he weighs his options of what to do, the effect this might have on a victim, whether they be a CO or an ex-wife, it's like it didn't weigh on the scale at all. Like that, like his entire decision was made on securing the strongest conviction he could, instead of saying, "Look, we've got the conviction on lock. We don't need to drag all these people through all this." And he's doing it almost unaware that he's playing right into exactly what Mr. Hill wants, which is just sick and twisted content for his brain. That's what he's looking for. He's not connected to reality on many fronts. Definitely interpersonal being one of those. All right. Hello. Welcome. Ricky, good to have you here. All right. Defendant is also here now. Let's see if the judge is present. He's dressed all nicely, like he has been for the... it's got to set out the spread. I bet the prosecutor's so glad he didn't shake his hand last time it was offered.
All right, let's go on the record.
Here we go.
Let the record reflect state's attorney's present. Defendant is here, Mr. Hill. Before we get started, Mr. Hill, I also want to make sure you're still, Ms. Perazo is here, has been here throughout the trial. Have you made any change? Do you want
His poor lawyer.
change your mind about represent yourself for the rest of the trial today, or you want to continue with represent yourself?
Do you have anything positive to say for me today?
Look, here's the thing. It's up to you. If you want her to represent you, if you do want her to represent you, then she's going to do it in the way that she thinks is appropriate. If you don't, then we're going to keep going.
For a moment?
Yes, I will give you a moment to confer. The bailiff will get you in the back real quick. I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes. But keep in mind, though, that when you have an attorney, she gets to make the decisions on how to proceed with some of your input, but it's up to her, okay? All right.
All right. Standby counsel might be back on the hook after being, for lack of a better word, fired during witness number one during this trial. He then failed miserably at convincing the jury that he was not guilty. In fact, at one point even adamantly protested that he has a right to remain guilty. I know that was a slip of the tongue, but it might have just been a Freudian slip. Don't think he has any intention. He's doing it to take up more court time. Here's what I think's going on back there in the back room. He's saying, "Hey, are you going to be good now? Are you going to do the things I tell you to do? Or are you going to sit?" Because I think he thinks he's in control here, like he can control his lawyer. Well, don't need that second time. Let's see. This slip will be forever repeated here. Did we save I have the right to remain guilty? I haven't saved that part yet. Did I? I'll have to check. I think I had, we saved mistake. That's what we saved. Can I hand you this flaming bag of doo-doo? He's asking his lawyer, what can you do for me now to undo the guilty?
I think you're making a terrible mistake.
How can we undo the guilty? Because I'm not guilty, is what he's saying. Standby counsel was present during the entire trial, but she cannot possibly clean up the mess. No. It's appointing someone captain to a sinking ship is what you're doing here. And you can't hang this around her neck. Yes, he says, I have the right to remain guilty. Who is Blue Pen? Do we have Blue Pen here? Look at Blue Pen. Wow. We have a red pen and blue pen. Well, let's do a quick check and see who is not here. Greeners gets my vote as to where this came from, because we've got a strong AI image, which we know Greeners is capable of doing. He's not also in chat, and I'm just warning you, Greeners. Red is very protective about her name. Don't come after Red, because first you have to go through me, and then this is a blue trail for sure. We need a green pen. Well, Amber, Josh, could be Josh too. It's not Lois. Eventually, all the mods are just going to be named pen colors, like we're a box of markers. It's Josh. Grader says it's Josh. Josh. Love it. I can't keep up with them. I've got to know who it is. All right. Red, I saw that. I did not respond to mod chat. I'm so sorry. That's very, very difficult news. I won't share it here unless you would like to, but I did see that. I want to let you know. We're thinking of you as well. All right, lawyer comes out by herself, says, let's see if she goes to the back. The lawyer comes out here, is waiting. The bailiff's sitting there saying, look, I'm going to let you finish, but you got to get out here. Whatever you're doing. He's drinking that good cold water. Don't have that in jail. Lawyer's like, Your Honor, may we approach?
Hearsay.
All right, so Mr. Hill, you've had an opportunity to visit with Miss Perazo. Just stay right there. Do you want to continue representing yourself, or do you want Miss Perazo to take over at this point?
I was trying to get her to listen to go through the
So
process.
just like I told you.
Thomas Burbank. And
So-
for testimonial is an additional witness, because the state has called them extraneous witnesses that have nothing to do with my case.
Okay, so
in this
here's the thing,
process.
just like I told you before you went back there and talked to her. When you have an attorney, it is their duty legally to handle your case in a way that they think is legal and appropriate. If you want Ms. Perazo to represent you, she's going to do it in the way that she thinks is appropriate. You don't get to tell her what to do. You can give her information.
That's what I did.
Okay, and then what she does with that information, if she's representing you, is up to her. If she doesn't call a witness, then that is her legal prerogative. But if she thinks that witness is either not appropriate, not legal, not relevant, she has a duty. So if you want to represent yourself, that's fine. If you want her to do it, you're going to have to sit there. You're going to have to be quiet. She's going to ask the questions and handle your case. So it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I understand that things have been kind of fishy when it comes down to my case, and I understand that the board of the oath of the committees has to make sure that due diligence for lawyer discipline is by the text rule of disciplinary procedure and will to the best of their
Hold on, slow down, because you're not getting this on the record if you're talking too fast.
to the best of their ability. They have to preserve and protect and defend the amendments in the Constitution and the laws of the United States of the team in the defending this process. So I politely asked her. I know that I had another chance to go on my process of having testimonial service due to that. And she said that I would not be able to mention any other names on testimony to defend my case in this scenario, but they didn't bring any evidence to court whatsoever.
But listen, it's a yes or no question. Do you want to represent yourself? Yes or no?
I was trying to talk to her.
Yes or no?
I have to confer with her.
You already did. Do you want Ms. Perazzo to represent you?
I'm not sure. I haven't conferred with her. I didn't get the confer that I
You
wanted
did.
before she left out. She stopped talking to me before I even
Because
finished my
listen,
thing.
she's not going. You're
Well,
not going
let
to
me
tell
confer with her
her.
one time.
No. No. Either you're going to allow her to represent you in a way that she believes is appropriate, or you're going to represent
What's
yourself.
appropriate for her? What's appropriate for me? I know what's appropriate for me.
Then you should continue representing yourself.
What does she have to say?
Ms. Perazzo has tried probably hundreds of cases. She will handle the remaining part of your case in a legal and professional way if you want her to do that. She knows your case. She has been on your case. She has all of the discovery. You guys have talked for months and months before today. There is nothing that she doesn't. She sat through the whole trial. But if she's going to represent you, you're going to sit at the table. You're going to be quiet. She's going to cross-examine the witnesses. She's going to ask you questions on the stand if you choose to take the stand in punishment. And that's how it's going to go. Or you can continue to represent yourself just like you have been.
Can I ask myself my own questions in this process? On stand for myself.
When you're on the stand, you don't
Speaking
have to
narrative.
ask yourself a question. You can just say
That's
whatever.
possible though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
If you want to ask yourself a question and then answer your own question, that's fine. Or you just
looks
tell the
funny.
jury what you want to
do
tell
you
them.
plan to defend me? Yes or no?
She will defend you in this part of the trial, which is the punishment. You've already been found guilty. So if she steps in, it will be for the remainder of whatever witnesses we have today. That's it. Do you want her to do that or not?
Do you plan to defend me? Yes or no?
Mr. Hill, she will.
I'll defend myself. She can't say yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Perazzo, you can have a seat. Mr. Hill, you can have a seat at council
Praza's
table.
like, thank you. Thank you.
Come on, man.
Being played. I like her bumblebee mug. Apparently the coffee machine's back here. What's in her mug? Whatever it is, it's not strong enough for this morning. Judge West is the queen bee. Yes, she is.
Limitations right now. And I have been kind of weighed against very favorably on y'all end. Y'all brought in multiple policemen. Your jury has 2 policemen in there that I can see. And then also on top of that is this weighed against me. I can accept supervision. I can accept house arrest.
So here's the thing, Mr. Hill. Because you elected to have the jury decide your punishment, I told you yesterday, it's very important. You are eligible for probation, but you have to make sure when you testify that you have to let that jury know, and this is me helping you,
Yes, ma'am.
which I don't have to do,
Yes, ma'am.
but I'm going to tell you, you have to swear to that jury that you've never been convicted of a felony.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you can ask them for probation.
Yes, ma'am.
It's going to be up to the jury if they give you probation or not. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
So is there anything else? And I just want to, again,
Yes, ma'am.
talk about what we've talked about every other day.
Okay.
During the testimony, I'm going to ask you not to be disruptive. Obviously, if you become overly disruptive, while Mr. Nichols is questioning witnesses, you've been warned many, many, many times. The possibility is that I would have you removed from the courtroom and we would continue the trial without you.
No, no.
That's not what we want, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do I have the possibility to question Mr. Nichols also?
No,
on my
you cannot
behalf?
question Mr. Nichols. He is not a witness.
Is he a prosecutor?
He is the prosecutor.
So I can question him.
You may not
As a
question
defendant,
him.
If he's defending against me, then I can ask him a question.
No, you may not. It doesn't work that way.
So who do I question in regard?
The witnesses that are called on the stand.
Do y'all have any additional witnesses today?
That Mr. Nichols is going to call some witnesses. I don't have any. This isn't, I don't get to call witnesses. Mr. Nichols will call witnesses, and then if you have any, you can call them.
Okay.
All right, let's bring the jury in.
I'm guessing he doesn't have any. But I think he's going to name some. I think he's going to say, I want to call this person, like as if he can magically summon them by rubbing the lamp and the genie appears. Yeah, it's gonna be defense case in chief for the sentencing portion when he's like, I'd like to call this person. Most of the papers he has spread out in front of him are printouts of quotes he likes that talk about, you know, what society wins when we find people not guilty, if they're not guilty, and various obscure laws, mottos of organizations. It's all stuff that you know, going down a rabbit hole of pro se without hitting the sov sit side might find. He uses a lot of what he thinks.
Mr. Hill, you don't get to do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We can't lose any more. Can't lose any more. He says he's got 2 cops on there. I think they're probably retired cops. I'm not seeing active. I don't see active duty. The active duty walk. I don't see that.
Good morning. Let the record reflect the jury seated, state's attorney's present, Mr. Hill is present. Mr. Nichols, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Officer Joshua Beard.
Beard's back.
And Officer Beard was previously sworn. You can have a seat, sir. Sounds like you just got off an airplane and everything. Go ahead.
Good morning, Officer Beard.
Good morning, sir.
You're the same Joshua Beard that's testified previously in this trial during the first phase. Is that correct?
I am.
I called you back because I wanted to talk about a different incident. Had you encountered Treylyn Hill before in on around June 2nd, 2024?
I did.
Were you working patrol in the city of Beaumont on that day?
I was.
And did you find yourself in the area of Lucas and I think Bigner Road?
I was.
Now, does your police car, does it have a license plate reader on it?
Yes, sir. It is equipped with.
How does that work?
So what it does is it's equipped with our Axon camera system, and it's continuously scans license plates, and it's scanning for stolen vehicles, warrants, missing persons.
Bolos.
And it's equipped straight at the front of the vehicle.
So if someone has warrants, if they're on a missing persons list, if that car has been reported stolen, it's passively scanning to pick up plates associated either with that person or that car. Is that correct?
Correct.
You don't have to push a button or type in anything or do anything to activate that, do you?
No, I do not.
It continuously operates while you're patrolling.
Yes, sir.
And so did it react or get a hit when you were at that intersection of Lucas and Bigner Road?
It did.
And, well, tell me what happened.
So what it does is it alerts me by a 3-ring ding, and it shows a small
3-ring
yellow
ding-a-ling,
bar.
what?
It just says license plate reader alert, and then you have to click on it to see what that alert is. And what it showed me was subject Treylyn Hill had active city warrants.
Associated, what kind of vehicle was he driving at the time? Do you recall?
I can refer to my report.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
It was a champagne in color Nissan Altima.
And so your license plate reader scanned that license plate and it returned to a Treylyn Hill who had traffic warrants. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Did you pull him over?
Yes, I did.
How'd that go?
Myself, I was riding with a partner this day. It was Officer Reginald Bozeman. Initially, the vehicle was stopped a little further up Bigner, closer to Laura Lee. The vehicle then pulled into a private drive upon activation of my overhead red and blue lights. I do not make a quick attempt ever at a traffic stop. I like to get a feel for what's going on inside the vehicle. I try to get the subject to show me their hands. This is standard with the way that I do it. It's also the way that I teach it, because that gives me a response and a sense of compliance, and that I know kind of the temperature of the vehicle, what I'm going to encounter when I reach the window.
If somebody's not listening and following your instructions, that gives you a tip there might be a problem. Is that right?
Correct.
About what time of day was this, you recall?
It was about 5 in the evening.
And so it's light out?
It was.
And he pulled into a driveway, and was he acting suspicious when you first encountered him in the vehicle?
Yes.
Did you ask him to show you his hands?
Yes.
Did you ask him to put them on through the open window and touch the roof of the car?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask him his name?
I did.
And he confirmed that it was Treylyn. Is that correct?
Correct.
So at that point, you know you have the suspect with traffic warrants, and that this is him, right?
Correct.
Is he under arrest at that point?
At that point, I do advise him he is under arrest.
And you told him you're under arrest, you have warrants. Is that right?
Correct.
Did you ask him to come out of the car?
I did.
How did that go?
Rather than comply with the simple request to exit the vehicle, he chose to remain seated in the vehicle, and at that point in time, just went silent, and there became a blank stare over his face.
He wasn't yelling, screaming, or threatening or anything, was he?
At this time, no.
Did you try to remove him from the vehicle?
He was eventually extracted from the vehicle.
And you were given commands for him to get out, and he wasn't coming, was it?
Correct.
Was there something unusual about his vehicle once he got out?
What's your objection?
My objection is the fact that I was completely compliant throughout this entire process.
So you'll be able to cross-examine the witness in just a minute when Mr. Nichols is finished, and you can ask him those questions.
Thank you very much.
What happened to his car when he got out of it?
The vehicle was still in drive, still running, inoperable. Once he was removed from the vehicle did eventually roll forward, striking another vehicle.
So once you pulled him out, it turned out his car was still in gear.
Correct.
He didn't put it in park when he pulled over.
Correct.
When y'all pulled him out of the car, was there a struggle?
There was a slight struggle.
And he was taken to the ground, wasn't he?
Correct.
Forcibly.
But no more force than needed.
But taken to the ground. I mean, obviously that's going to hurt a little bit.
Yes, it will.
Why was he taken to the ground?
The lack of compliance, and then the immediacy needed when somebody starts not complying and they're in a vehicle. There's the possibility they may be thinking about their next action, which could be to retrieve any item that may be in that vehicle, a gun, a knife, anything that can be used as a weapon against an officer.
And the car itself could be a weapon against an officer, can't it?
Yes.
And his car wasn't geared.
Right.
Knowing that, do you think he was contemplating driving off?
I can't speculate.
I guess not. So once he was taken to the ground and placed in handcuffs, was he compliant at that point?
No.
What happened?
He had to be escorted to our patrol unit. And then while attempting to place him in the patrol unit, he became even more combative and had to be forced into the unit.
Was he making threats against you?
Yes.
Was he cussing you?
Yes.
Was he flailing his body around?
Yes.
Now, Officer Beard, your patrol unit's equipped with a video camera, or actually, I'm sorry, were you wearing a body camera that day?
I was.
And did it make an accurate recording of this traffic stop and incident?
It did.
Have you had an opportunity to review it?
I have.
Your Honor, may I approach?
May.
Showing you what I'm marking State's Exhibit 32. It's a thumb drive containing a recording. Have you had an opportunity to review your recording prior to your testimony today?
Yes, I have.
And is this a true and accurate copy of the recording made by your body camera from your traffic stop on June 2nd, 2024?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, at this time offered in evidence, State's 32.
Mr. Hill, do you have any objection to State's 32 being admitted?
No, Mom.
All right, it's admitted.
And I'd like to publish it.
Yes, sir.
Another recording. I think we'll hear all we need to hear on this, even though we can't see it.
And so this view, you can see, I believe you were facing, well, you're at the intersection of Lucas and Bigner, correct?
Correct.
You're at this point, you're on Lucas and there's the little grocery store on the corner.
Correct.
Just so the jury understands, when does your body camera start recording?
They're set to record 30 seconds prior to activation. So it starts when I touch it, double tap it.
That's when audio
starts recording
starts
immediately, but it also picks up everything 30 seconds prior to the activation.
And is in the audio, that's why there's no audio initial.
Correct.
That is that 30-second fallback, I guess.
Correct.
I think they should make it so as soon as it's activated, it gets 30 seconds before of audio. Bzz, bzz.
Yeah.
Well, if your mic's not working, heard that.
Thank you. Keep them both there. Keep them both where I can see them, man. I mean, keep both your hands where I can see them. Thank you. How you doing? What's the deal, man? I'll scribble on a piece of card. What's your name? Treylyn? Okay, Treylyn, you're under arrest. You're on warrants. Anything in the view? No? Okay. Be prepared. Put your hands straight up on the hood. What's up here? So straight out to it, man. Straight out to it. Straight out. Straight out. Straight out.
Taser, taser, taser. No no audio, but from what I can gather, it looks like they've gone to the ground, possibly. Or they're still trying to pull him out of the car. This is him being compliant, apparently. That was his objection. I object because I was fully compliant. Yeah. Maybe we're not using the same definition of that word. The struggle continues. I think he's crying, both in the courtroom and on the video. Crosses himself, says a quick prayer. Judge glances at the defendant. Can't really tell what's happening, but the calm officer's voice indicates that probably the defendant is in custody at this point. Maybe being walked back to the police car now.
How you doing, ma'am? You want to fight? Do me a favor, step back over there for me. Step back over there. Y'all done deal? No!
That's some other lady at the scene the officer was talking to. Saying, stay back, don't interfere. Well, the video's done.
After you got him in the car, you go back and you search his vehicle. You didn't find any contraband, any weapons, any drugs, anything illegal, did you?
There was a small amount of paraphernalia believed to be marijuana. Didn't believe it to be a usable amount, though.
He wasn't charged with it.
No, he was not.
Skipping ahead.
I'm gonna go stand here.
What's that noise?
That is the sound of Mr. Hill kicking the door by a patrol unit. The area that he's been placed in, he has managed to unbelt himself and turn, and he's now striking the door with force to attempt to break the lock, I can only assume.
You can make it louder.
Hey! Get him out! Get him out and get him on the ground.
What having to do right now?
We are physically restraining him on the ground to keep him from destroying any of the property or causing injury to himself while inside the vehicle.
Be here more on me. Take a blank mail for me. Yeah. I want. I should have been attention. You just slapped me twice. You didn't come out of the back of my ass. So now you can catch that retaliation charge too. Well, you get resisting and retaliation.
Don't think they prosecuted those.
So now I hope they shoot a child ass. I hope they shoot a child ass, nigga. I hope they push out there. Hell, beard in the bitch off some beard. You ain't even got no white top. I ain't white field, nigga. You a out. You a out. Sticks and stones, brother. You talking about things one. Out of all of them, cause you fine. Fucking 4 officers for 1 2 over the tracks. Y'all just hurt that. Y'all put that woman car for no reason. What y'all waiting for? Don't spare me, bro. Another 3 days, bro. Shit. I've been beat hard in the fucking ring, bro. Shit crazy. Good. I'm doing that for money to play off on that shit that y'all been fucking horrible. Receipt, thank you. So fuck. I got put from my body. Let me see my hand, bro. Let me see my hand. I can't even feel my thumb. I can't feel my hand. Do you want to relax? I'll adjust these handcuffs for you. I'm not going to play right here in my PLP. Like, for that same thing.
Officer Beard was Treylyn Hill charged with and later indicted for the offense of retaliation for the threats made against you that we just saw.
Yes, sir.
What does retaliation mean?
It's on account of my service or my duties as a public officer. He's threatened me, harassed me on those accounts due to that account.
Object.
What's your objection?
I had cuffs on. Retaliation is only a benefit in the process if a person has cuffs on. Handcuffs exclude the process of retaliation because I'm not able to move.
That's overruled. Go ahead, Mr. Nichols.
He threatened to shoot you, did he?
Correct.
Threatened to shoot you in the head.
Yes.
Threatened to shoot you in the stomach.
Yes.
Objection.
What's your objection?
I had handcuffs on. I cannot harm this individual. I do not have any weapons.
That's not a legal objection. It's overruled. Go ahead.
I have a free.
You'll be able to testify on your own behalf if you would like. At the appropriate time, you'll also be given the opportunity to cross-examine this witness at the appropriate time.
Hallelujah.
It's gonna be
Threatened to eat your, I think he said neck.
Yes.
Threatened to eat your children or kids.
Yes, sir.
threatened to eat them.
I hope you get shot. I hope they shoot you. Those are things he said.
Correct.
Do you take those threats seriously, particularly when they're against your family?
I do.
And he even said, I'm going to bond out and I'll be out in a day.
He said, I believe you heard it, he was referring to 3-day accusation. He said, let me sit in my little 3 and I'll be out.
And in fact, he was released after a few days, wasn't he?
He was.
And within a month and a half committed the crime that we're actually here for this week. Is that true?
With a gun, yes.
No,
Hang
on, you're gonna get it.
Not have a weapon.
That's not.
There was no weapon found.
That's not what he said.
He had no
Let's
gun
talk
that
about
day,
this
did he?
case.
The day of this?
Correct.
Correct.
June 2nd, 2024.
Correct.
A month and a half later, he's shooting at Kay Torres and James Flanagan.
Correct.
Thank you, Officer Beard. I'll pass the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Hill, you can now question the witness.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to say I apologize for the way I acted throughout this process. I want to ask the first question. Before this situation happened, did I have numerous traffic citations pulled on this vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Before this happened, do you remember ever having to stop me before?
I do not recall.
Can you say that my vehicle's VIN number was expired for a period maybe about 3 to 6 months?
Not a VIN number, sir, but your registration, yes, sir.
Okay. Can you say that in the process I was going through the process and cooperating before I was taken out of this vehicle and body slam?
No, you were not.
Could we play the footage back on the idea of me not cooperating? And I did at the beginning of the video?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Nichols.
No problem.
Roll tape again.
And it's important while the video is playing, don't ask any questions because it's hard for the court reporter to hear. Just let me know when you're ready for him to stop it. We'll stop the video, then you can ask more questions.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is when he's compliant right now.
You know it. Yeah. I really would have. Appreciate it. Stick on your hands. Both of them. Thank you. Keep them both there. Keep them both where I can see them. Keep both your hands where I can see them. Thank you.
So the first thing you asked me was, could I roll the window down? How long did it take for me to roll the window down?
I cannot see from this view.
Seeing that the video was only 30 seconds in, we can see that I rolled the the windows down compliantly, correct?
The video is 1 minute and 31 seconds in from
Okay.
point of activation, which was the activation of my overhead red and blue lights.
Same difference. But thank you. I apologize. I can't see this far. Now, would you say that I tried to flee from you through this process, or did I stop compliantly?
Okay, so I'll reiterate. The moment of the stop is initiated is that 30 seconds prior to the sound coming on. So when the sound comes on, that is when I'm initiating the overhead red and blue lights. Okay, there's an addition of travel there. That's why you hear me say, "Where are you going, bro?" That was why that question was asked.
Okay. I want to ask the jury a question.
Oh, you don't get to ask the jury a question. Just the witness.
Under my Sixth Amendment and Fifth Amendment rights, it says that I do have the due process to ask the jury, at least one juror a question.
You absolutely cannot
Okay.
ask the jury a question.
Absolutely cannot.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. The judge will win that one.
We can look that up online. All right. So can I ask you this?
We can Google it.
When it comes down to this, would you say that I did not cooperate in time to pull over and stop the vehicle? Did I stop the vehicle? Yes or no?
You did eventually stop the vehicle.
Okay. Was it a problem in the amount of time that I stopped the vehicle for you?
It raised suspicion.
The reason why is because I knew there was cameras on that house. This is my first time meeting you, Mr. Beard, and of course, you are on this other case also for the assault.
Just ask a question, Mr. Hill.
Is it true that I placed my hands outside the vehicle
Yes.
in a righteously due amount of time?
The concern here was your right hand coming out. It was slow to exit.
It's not perfect, but it's still correct. It's my other hand. Can you see my other hand?
Eventually, yes, sir.
Okay. You told me to place my hands on the roof. My seat is pretty low. You never know if I have a bullet wound. I'm a boxer, right? Did I state that I was a boxer?
That's what you stated.
I could be harmed. I could have mental
Just ask a question.
Is it true that I could be sick or harmed or disabled while driving?
I can't speculate on your condition while you're in a vehicle, sir.
But is it true that an individual could be sick while they're in traffic? Have you ever met a vehicle that was sick or disabled?
A driver, yes.
Okay. Now you wrote on a police report that there was marijuana in the vehicle. Did you find any usable substance in the vehicle?
As I stated, I believe the substance located was marijuana based off my training and experience, but I did not believe it's a usable amount.
Okay. Now, would you say that was my substance, or was it just in the vehicle?
So you were the only one in the vehicle's possession.
Okay. Did I conform to place my hands on the roof?
Yes, you did.
Did you read me my Miranda rights before you pulled me out of the vehicle?
You were not being questioned on an offense you were under arrest for.
When you stop someone, do you have to read the person their Miranda rights?
No, I do not.
Yes, you do. Okay, now I want to ask you this. Did you go through the process and tell me to place my car in park before you put me out the vehicle?
Yes. No, I did not.
Do you know your Miranda rights?
Yes, sir. I also carry them on the card.
Could you read me 3 of the Miranda rights?
3?
I can.
Please, if you don't mind.
So I read them from a card so that I never get them wrong.
Okay.
So which ones would you like for me to read, sir?
How many are there total?
There's a total of 5, and then there's an additional 2 questions for the subject being questioned for the arrest of an offense.
Good. Could you read all 5 of them?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is a Miranda warning from CCP, Article 38.22. You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. And any statement you make may be used against you after trial. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any question. If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning. You have the right to terminate the interview at any time.
Thank you very much.
He's not done.
A few more questions before I allow you to go about your way so we can see your testimony. I want to ask you this. Do you feel like it was a certified reason to yank me out of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
You can play the video.
How you doing? What's the deal, man?
What's the deal, man?
What's going on, police department? What's your name? Treylyn? Okay, Treylyn, you're under arrest. You're on warrants. Anything in the vehicle? No? Okay. Move fire. Put your hands straight up on the hood, on the so straight out through, man. Straight out through. Straight out. Straight out. Straight out.
Now, I want to ask you this. Do you feel like it was completely necessary to pull me out the vehicle at this point in time?
Yes, sir.
Why do you feel like this was necessary?
Sir, if you watch back slightly, you will see that your right arm tenses and starts to bend backwards into the vehicle as you're attempting to pull away from me.
I disagree. Can we play that back to prove that? I'm unsure that sometimes you may be anxiety. You might accidentally pull.
Just hang in the vehicle.
Anxietal? You might
Osprey Ball Police Department. What's your name? Treylyn? Okay, Treylyn, you're under arrest. You're on warrants. Anything in the vehicle? No? Okay. Move fire. Put your hands straight up on the hood, on the fucker. Right now. So straight out through, man. Straight out through. Straight out. Straight out. Straight out.
Okay, now we hear here that on the walkie-talkie they say 10-4 he's out. This means okay he's out. Correct?
No, sir. That traffic is not just for my traffic stop. That traffic that's on that goes over my radio is for the channel. Anybody that's not just dedicated to me. That's dedicated to all
I understand that, but in the process of your body cam being on, this means you're talking to someone that is watching this body cam, correct?
There is nobody watching this body cam.
Okay. Is it true that these body cams can go live?
They can now.
What year is it?
Currently,
Yes, sir.
currently it's 2026.
Okay. Now, is what they say on the walkie-talkie is he's out, correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you think they were referring to?
That is my dispatcher speaking with another officer, sir.
Is this my first time bonding out of the Jefferson County Correctional Facility?
It's my first time.
Was that a
bonding
question
out.
for me?
For traffic citations. Yes, sir.
I do not know your entire criminal history, sir.
Is this something you state, Ms. West? You stated that we couldn't pull a motion discovery when it comes down to criminal history on citations or anything like that. Is it true that
I never stated that, first of all, so I'm not sure what you're saying.
so?
All the discovery has been turned over in this case that's required.
Can I present my discovery?
Can I present my discovery?
You can ask this witness questions. If there's something that he has the ability to authenticate that you have from discovery that you want introduced, then you can do that.
The reason why I want this introduced on the matter is because just investigating things.
He's already answered that he doesn't have personal knowledge
Okay,
of your criminal history, so this would not be the witness to do that.
I agree with you on that.
Thank you.
We can play the video.
You want to continue playing it?
Yes, ma'am, for a short period of time.
Gets quiet here.
Hello, hello.
There's Jason. That car in park.
Now I understand that I may have been a belligerent a little bit more loud and in my conveyance right here, correct?
Yes, sir.
At this point, would you consider this retaliation?
At this point, no.
Okay. In the process, do you feel like it would have been better to peacefully ask me to step out of the vehicle?
You were asked to do that. You chose this path.
In this process, I also want to ask you this. If we played the video maybe around 15 minutes to 20 minutes in, is there an area that I'm apologizing to you? Did I apologize to you during this process?
Yes, sir.
Is it usual that innocent men or whatever race they may be, I don't worry about skin tone or anything like that. It's 2026. Probably convey themselves pretty angrily when getting mishandled. Is it usual for people to
When getting
convey
mishandled.
themselves angrily when they get slammed?
Sometimes.
Okay. Cool. In this process, I stated I was a boxer, correct?
Correct.
Do you believe that due to me being a boxer, this could be a reason that maybe I may be a little bit more agitatively creative with my wordplay?
I can't speculate on that, sir.
Now, in the idea of me going through the process and stating that I was going to attack you, was I handcuffed?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
In the process of me saying that I could attack you, did I state that I was going to attack you, or did I say I could attack you?
You said you would.
Is it legal for a person being detained to be able to protect themselves if need be, if they feel like they're in danger?
No.
I disagree.
That depends. And I don't want to over intrude on you, Mr. Beard. Could we put the video to maybe like 15 minutes, maybe about 12 minutes, and let it run for maybe about maybe 10 minutes. I'm looking for a specific area where I apologize, and I'll try to cut it short. So, okay, it's cool right there.
EARD, make sure you spell correct. Just go stand by
What?
Could you bring it back to 10 minutes? Like we was getting right to the point. Good. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you very much.
3 days, bro. Steve. Okay. 3, bro. So crazy. Good. Yeah, all the time. I'm wanting to play off. Check out and Proceed, thank you. Let me see my hand, bro. I can't even feel my thumb. I can't feel my head. Do you want to relax? And I'll put my adjust these handcuffs for you. Right in the mouth. Can y'all please? Fourth our safety. In addition to a more service, go ahead and issue a case number for resisting and retaliation. 3 times. That's a bitch to me. I got the right. You want me to adjust your handcuffs? I got some bitch for what I just did. That's fine. So, do you want me to adjust your handcuffs? Okay. But I have to call y'all to a bitch. Okay, that's fine. But why y'all? I've been calling a lot worse. Okay. I don't know what else to call y'all. I just know I'm gonna beat you up, you a bitch and me. I'm sorry. Hey, now I swear to God, I'm about to have a gun in the car. Well, you didn't want to come out. Man, you start trying to put it away. I'm 21 years old. I can carry my gun. That's fine. Legally. Yes, you can. I can legally child up without being still. Yes, you can. Hey, be still. You be still. I got a lock them so they don't get any tired. Look at my eyes. Take your glasses off. Take your glasses off. You know you're scared. You know you can't beat me without these coats on. Put on your mom, you can beat me with the coats off. All right. Search that vehicle a little bit. My Glock 22 are zero. No scope. So that shit here, I'll pull it out, guys. It's fine. Shit crazy. That's all y'all. Yeah, that's what I know. But I ain't shit out. They said they don't have a clue who he is. No hard drugs, no nothing. Like, y'all can't look at me like I'm a dangerous person. Everybody smoke weed nowadays. That shit's gonna be legal. So if y'all looking at me like I'm a dangerous civilian or something, I want y'all to know y'all did this to somebody who said weed. And it was y'all 60% of y'all smoke. So you're telling me you sell weed? I don't sell weed. I have both. 6% of y'all know for this law. You want to stand by like a vehicle? I still got to finish it. Yeah, we still got to finish that. You got to take it. I'm putting up the tape. We do, sir. And I want you. You're the only one I want. Everybody else gets off my street. You're the one I want. Okay. All right. I'm submitting. Stand up for me. EARD. Make sure you get the spell correct. Okay. Y'all want to use the card. All right, doing that in the car to get y'all attention so I can tell y'all how it feels. Watch y'all was going to happen. You're going to go to jail. You could have done that otherwise. That is more spell. It's traffic citation. The only reason I got citation is y'all built up so many citations that I couldn't even pay them off. I took all my goddamn money. I've been doing that shit. Hard work in the sun. Day after day. Hold up. I got to get out of the chat. All right, he's going to hold your shoulders and you just go forward. No homo. Say no key. No, wow, we're in the big bro. Say no key. I'll tell you how to do that. Hey, Montana, just leave it. Just hang out next to it. Right. You know, be sure. Roll first. I need this way last weekend. Right. You just do this thing. Oh, you get that because you keep for the first move, right? For the first move. So I remember what it was this thing. So. Do you need this or anything? No, it's not. It's just a baby scratches. Right. I'll do more damage to myself. Why don't you do that? I always say that. You have to get something else. Mess with y'all. Just like first, let's see. There it goes. Yeah. They don't want to comply. I'm fighting to the bone. Right, I can fix this thing. Yeah, it ain't. Yeah, pretty tired. So, of course, they make you towards their guys. It's the injection. Yeah, we should be all do everything for tight. Just when you're tight. Yep. Yep. One option, 2, 3. You want to slide out here? Pay for it. See, look, only that. Again, they said they had no idea who he was. I just when they dropped him. When we got played. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for allowing me to play video just to get you to brief perspective.
Are you finished playing the video? Can Mr. Nichols have a seat?
If y'all find it important, if y'all wish to view.
So here's the thing, the video is in evidence, and during jury deliberation, if the jury would like to rewatch it, just like they asked for evidence in the other part of the trial, they can ask to watch it. They can watch the whole thing, part, anything. If you want to show more, let us know. Otherwise, I'll have Mr. Nichols sit down and you continue your questioning.
Yeah, we can play the video.
You want to keep playing it?
You never know what's there.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Nichols.
You never know what's there.
Playing it. So, and then he left it in drive as we try to get him out. I got the car sitting around there. Hot wrapped. What's that?
Remember in the beginning when we started 110 years ago?
What's our change? He unloaded an additional play and we went to the movies. He left him to drive. Texas, Charles Paul Lincoln, 0316. Charles Paul Lincoln, 0316.
You never know. He might just stumble across some helpful footage.
Correct. 5-1-5-0 big. 5-1-5-0 big. Yeah, wraps. What's up? As is, I just wanted to stand by just in case.
This judge has the patience of a saint.
He has a gun, but I haven't found it yet. And it wasn't on him. I appreciate it. You got a little bit of a little joint. Half smoked. Is that a real 100? There's 200. No, this is the fake. Oh, possession covered. There's that. It's moving gear. They were Paul Lincoln, 03. Paul Lincoln. Got the gun locked. Did he not say he had one? He says he owns one. He's got a little box of stuff in here. Oh, you are? Yeah, you got a little airsoft. Oh, yeah, we're gonna take care of it. So we got to him. I asked his name. Once we get his name, I was like, hey man, you're under arrest. We tried to get him out. He pulled back. We had to freaking yank him out. And it was on from there. And then I tried to run back. I thought we had him. He tried to run back. By the time I got up and got to it, I was like, I didn't find a gun. Wasn't nothing underneath the front seat or nothing. I could double check the gas. I'll check this side. When I got out, yeah. I just wonder what he was doing though.
Judge, there's another almost half hour of video. I don't know that anything of any evidentiary values on there. And just, I don't know that we need to play the whole thing.
I agree.
You're okay with not playing it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Last question. Do you feel like you would get better if this step out the door?
Again, sir, I told you to. You chose the path.
I disagree on that.
Any other questions?
We can agree to disagree.
Any other questions of Officer Beard?
Would have been better if he just put the car in park and gotten out. Wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, officer. I have no other questions. I'd ask that he be released, Your Honor.
Any objection, or do you have any other questions? All right, thank you, Officer Beard. You're excused.
Okay,
Your Honor, at this time, state rests.
There we go.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Hill, that means it's your turn in punishment to present any evidence that you want to. You can again take the stand if you would like. You can choose not to take the stand. If you have a witness, you can call a witness. What would you like to do?
Does it have to be specified to this targeted exchange?
It has to, this is just for anything on punishment, anything that you want the jury to know with regard to what they're going to do when they deliberate on punishment.
Celebrate. Oh man, he's grabbing all the, he's got everything. He's got the quotes. Put them in order. You're not going to be able to read them. She's not going to let you read them. All right, won't need those.
Yes, sir. Just like yesterday.
Yeah, I'll leave that one there. Bailiff says, I'm just going to sit right here between you and the jury.
I see y'all. Good morning, of course. Thank you for having me, Ms. West.
Speak out loud and clear. Is that on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you for having me here on the stand today to be able to present my testimony on behalf of myself for better reassurance and defense on things of acclamations going on here.
Mr. Hill, you're speaking fast and you're speaking kind of low. I need you to speak out loud and slowly and clearly so everyone can understand you.
Okay.
I've turned him up.
Again, I want to say,
awkward.
I want to take notice of this video footage to say that in the past couple months before, I have been taken to custody under the detention of Jefferson County in the facility here, which I have had to deal with some pretty arbitrary inmates and disgusting foul play and things that I am usually not used to in the free world. It has been very tough for me, but in regards to this has definitely changed my life in a way that has been a bit more conductively convicting for me. I want to admit here they did choose to drop the charges throughout the process of me going to um, previous hearings before this trial and this process. And throughout the process, they offered me deferred probation about this same exact
I
situation.
object to him talking about any, I guess he thinks we were gonna dismiss his cases. I don't know.
Was it offered? Did you offer me a couple of times?
I haven't offered you anything, and whatever was offered, you refused, and that's why we're here today.
In this process, I remember having an attorney named Thomas Burbank, before Lord Perozzo, who I pay extraneous attorney fees to.
Extraneous.
Is it okay that I submit the amount or say the amount?
Go ahead.
I paid Mr. Burbank $10,000 shortly after this situation due to the aggravated robbery that I've been accused of. And if I would have went through the process of bonding out instead, we wouldn't be here today, and I would be able to better be proving my innocence outside the system instead. So I have been in detention since then, dealing with the results of these situations
Your
that have
actions.
unfortunately played a hand on PTSD and anxiety for me in the court proceedings. So they have been putting me through rigorous work. I can admit to y'all. So again, I do apologize to Joshua Bill for the things I've said and some of the other officers in the facility. So I hope that helps y'all get a better depiction of me on behalf. I know yesterday we left off on some extraneous accusational commitments for further grueling effort to, provide competitive legality on the standpoint of things. And, I want to say they are not completely alignable with this video. And of course, the brief second y'all see me run out of a vehicle. Of course, y'all did not see any weapon. Y'all officers did not provide y'all any weapon, otherwise they'll be able to show y'all today in court the handguns or anything that they said they have had. So again, I still want to go through the process and protect myself in that demeanor. Prosecution has brought in individuals that have exhibited their own testimonial hearsay, but they haven't gave the material proof to acknowledge that. So if it's any additional problems, please provide whatever I can do to protect myself amendmentally through the Fourth, the Fifth, Sixth, First, and the 14th Amendment. I will try to do if I can.
Unreasonable.
Just to provide proof beyond a reasonable doubt, so my
Cruel and
diligence
unusual.
cannot be squandered
Throw
towards the specificities of these charges. These have been sad times for me, and I'm just searching for equality right now. So I thank you so much on the precipice of the idea that on these accusations, and hopefully I can get better. I ask y'all to at least allow me the minimum due to the amount I've paid, in the amount of time I've spent incarcerated in a facility. My grandfather, who paid for these crimes for me, has died, of course, while I've been in the facility. And it's really down bad for me right now. Right now, it says, of course,
Grandpa paid
if
the
y'all have read
$10,000.
the general principles that were handed to y'all under the jury instructions.
They don't have it yet for punishment.
Okay. It does say the state has the burden to prove every element of the offense beyond a reasonable doubt.
That was already
done. Mr. Hill, that's the one, they've already done that. They've already found you guilty. So this is just about punishment.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I want to reassure y'all, of course, in this process, I apologize for the things that y'all may have heard. If y'all feel like it was pretty disrespectful for y'all, I can understand many of y'all were baby boomers. from that baby boomer era. Y'all don't really agree with these terminologies, but this is where I grow up, and I plan to move forward and get back into boxing. If y'all can allow me to community service is what I'm hoping for is community supervision at home, maybe on house arrest. Can I show them this monitor on my ankle?
Not right now.
I think it'll be a whole lot safer than spending my time incarcerated with murders that I've had to deal with and people in the vicinity that I have been bullied by and attacked and solicited by, so on and so forth. So I can make sure that my grandfather's money has been used properly instead of having to deal with the annexation and things going on in these facilities. It's pretty bad, pretty disgusting. And that's about it so far.
There's one other thing that we talked about that you need to make sure you say if you want to ask for community supervision.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I do. I definitely.
You remember?
I'll ask him, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Whenever you're finished, Mr. Nichols will make sure that it's done properly.
Okay.
Are you ready for Mr. Nichols to question you?
Felony.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Nichols.
Mr. Hill, you've never before been convicted of a felony, have you?
No, sir.
You have several cases pending, however, don't you?
Under these legislative, yes, sir.
This video is a retaliation charge. That's a third-degree felony that's pending against you, correct?
Yes, sir. They did offer to drop this one.
The burglary that Jasmine talked about yesterday, that's a second-degree felony, and it is pending as well, isn't it?
Originally they did not go through the process of.
Is that case pending? Are you indicted for burglary?
If so, it maybe has just been indicted. An idea things.
You also were arrested and convicted for, excuse me, let me rephrase that. You were not convicted. You were charged with fleeing a police officer in 2023, correct?
Yes, sir.
And on June 26, 2024, the misdemeanor court put you on probation, correct?
Could you explain fleeing?
I'm sorry?
Could you explain fleeing for me?
You were put on probation for that case, weren't you?
Yes.
And that would have been just a few weeks after this traffic stop, this retaliation.
Yes. Could you go deeper into detail about this situation?
What do you want to tell the jury about that situation?
Fleeing for some people can be more of a terminology in which some people may say you tried to run away from the laws. In that case scenario, I was only driving. Like this situation, Joshua Beer said, it took you a little second to stop your vehicle. And this was one of the traffic citations in which I was encouraged to stop my vehicle. And before, this was one of those times which those traffic citations were more of a situation where I was being hawked down by police due to me not being able to pay my insurance because I'm an 18-year-old that has to pay $600 or $300 for the insurance and then more for the vehicle. So I'm trying to save my bag up and dealing with things.
You got stopped because you had traffic warrants.
This time,
right.
that time around, it was just a random traffic stop. And I had a slow road, maybe about a couple miles, about 10 miles per hour. And I didn't want to stop in the middle of the street. So I stopped inside of a parking lot, maybe like half a block down because they were annoying me because they kept stopping me on traffic citations.
Who was annoying you, Treylyn?
The Beaumont Police Department kept giving me traffic citations about my insurance and I couldn't pay my insurance off.
Do you understand you're required to have insurance if you're going to drive in the state of Texas?
Yes, sir. But
so every time you drove, you're going to get another ticket if you get caught, right?
Yes, sir. I tried my best to find cheaper insurance, but I couldn't find anything online. I searched over to like 15 different companies and all of them $300.
Treylyn, you're not on trial for insurance. You're on trial for shooting Kate Torres and James Flanagan. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, but there's no proof of that.
You've been found guilty of that.
I don't understand how I could be found guilty if there's no proof.
You've been found guilty.
But how if there's no proof?
You've been here all week, right?
But what gun is what video of me shooting is
There's not a video of you shooting. So happened on the house.
How can I
Let me ask my questions. Let me ask my questions. You've gotten every courtesy all week to do things your way. And you still can't listen to the judge's instructions or follow rules. Why can't you follow anyone's rules, Treylyn?
Because I have the right to the First Amendment to argue back my point, and I did, which I'm just a young man search for legal consultation, in which y'all have not provided me the legal consultation.
Why can't you follow the police instructions?
Because I'm broke.
Why can't you handle your girlfriend breaking up with you?
That's extraneous, but I'll answer because I love her.
Why did you punch a hole in her wall?
Because me and her, because I love her.
You punched a hole in her wall because you love her. You stole a pistol from her because you love her?
I didn't steal that pistol from her. If she says I took a pistol, if I've ever taken anything from us because of our own good, but I don't want to say that I took anything from her.
You heard her testify that it was a Ruger EC9 pistol, correct?
Yes.
And do you remember the messages that you say aren't you conversing with Kay Torres about buying a gun?
At the same time, no.
Do you remember, you know which messages I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's not mine.
And you say it's not you?
That's not me.
But you showed up.
That's not my account.
But in these messages, the person that you say is not you offers to trade with Kay Torres. Can I give you 500 with an EC9 Ruger? You see that?
Correct.
It's a heck of a coincidence, isn't it, Treylyn?
Regardless, it's just a coincidence. It's just hearsay. I said it wasn't my account. Now you can prove that's.
Why can't you follow the rules in jail?
Because this is a mental asylum. I've been put under a pre-investigation, which means a Prison Rape Elimination Act, in which inmates try to go through the process of mishandling me in the shower. And then also on top of that, they wouldn't give me my property in the facility. So I put it in to talk to the captain, and I asked to be moved back to general population, and they repeatedly ignored all of my grievances that I put in the system, and that's why I keep calling for my discovery.
Is that why you keep masturbating in front of female guards?
It's because I'm a sexual addict. I think it's called an nymphomaniac. After getting out of high school, I moved this girl in with me, and we.
I don't want to hear about that. I'm not asking about that. I'm asking why you can't follow simple rules in jail.
It's because due to the fact of me being around these inmates, they have a pretty bad influence and ideas.
You think maybe you might be the bad influence, Treylyn?
No, I don't think so at all.
Do you deny that you stole a can of pepper spray out of an office and sprayed another inmate? You did that, didn't you?
What I can say in the act of that was this was an inmate that had been bullying me in the facility. That's a matter.
And you stole a can of pepper spray and sprayed him in his cell.
Stole is a hard word to say.
Well, was it yours?
I didn't steal it.
You make it sound bad.
It was on a desk.
On the desk. Not your desk. You don't have a desk in the jail, do you?
No.
You're not allowed to have pepper spray, are you? So you took a can from a desk and sprayed another inmate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this inmate is the type of individual who stole my glasses from me in the facility. I had a pair of Ray-Bans that were $400.
So the month of June and July of 2024, you had a pretty rough go, didn't you?
I had a horrible go.
You're threatening to shoot a police officer. You agree with me? That's what you said. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you in the head. I'm going to shoot you in the stomach. Your words, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to eat your, what'd you say, neck?
I think I said I'll bite him. I just blurred
I'm going to eat your kids.
I think I just blurred out my anger after being body slammed down.
That makes it okay to threaten someone's children?
No, sir.
Then several weeks later, you break into Jasmine's house and you destroy her stuff, you punch a hole in the wall, and you take a gun. Am I wrong here?
I don't want to claim that I took a weapon, but I will say
Ruger EC9.
I will say that I was in their home as a co-inhabitant.
And her mom's car gets shot up a couple days later, doesn't it?
We can call this more of a, if you want to, we can call it more of a mental psychotic period in which I was mentally ill about all of these situations. I'm mentally ill.
And then July 14th, these two boys told this jury how you stole a gun and shot at them. And you've been found guilty of that, Treylyn.
Somehow, some way I have.
In what world should you be on probation if you can't follow simple rules, much less stop shooting at people?
A perfect world.
No other questions, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Hill, do you have anything else you want to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Once again, I do apologize to y'all. I know I started this off a whole lot better on my terms of defense and the things I was able to say. I still want to deny some of these accusations just due to accountability wise on legal amendments that I can defend for myself in other areas. So if they're not cooperable in this court, somebody will find them cooperable, of course. I hope y'all can find them cooperable for me to at least say this kid had a bad one, get him back in the boxing ring and let his uncle penalize him and put him back on the straight and narrow path. Because I was on the narrow path and trying to be on the narrow path, but I didn't have the money. And dealing with Jasmine Newman, it was pretty tough for me. I'm adopted. I grew up without a father.
I'm adopted?
And I grew up without a mother. And I've been through a lot. I've been beat up plenty of times. Dealing with these situations, and I don't want to continue it long. So I hope you can find it in your heart.
Give me probation.
I'm not rich, but I got opportunities out there to be better. I'm trying to find someone to speak to in the vicinity, but they don't provide me what I'm looking for. So, I gotta kind of deal with it myself. So that's all I gotta say for right now.
Any other questions? All right, go ahead and have a seat.
I spared him the sad music. Might have to clip it and put it back in.
All right, is there anything else or anyone else? You don't have a witness, do you? Anyone else?
Other than Thomas Burbank, that was my original lawyer, who I afforded compensation towards to give the proof for me to protect myself early on last year.
All right, it's the same thing, obviously, with Mr. Burbank. It was an attorney-client privilege type situation when an attorney represents you and he hasn't been called to testify today. So is that it? Okay, anything else on punishment, Mr. Nichols?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what that means is that you've heard all of the evidence with regard to punishment. The next step is for me to read the court's charge on punishment to you, and then you'll hear closing argument. I'm going to go ahead. We'll take just a short break. It's already been prepared. Everybody's looked at it. I want to make sure that it says everything is supposed to. Shouldn't take longer than 15 minutes. It's about 10:30. We'll get started at 10:45. Keep in mind all those instructions that you were previously given. If everyone else would please remain seated in the courtroom, you're excused for 15 minutes.
Take a short break.
It's about 11 minutes now. Called the jury boomers. So they don't understand that the world he lives in is normal, and they just don't get it. I think they got it. He gone.
The record reflect the jury's outside the presence of the courtroom. I did not add in that charge that I gave to you guys that extra language that I put in with regard to Mr. Hill representing himself. I'm going to add that in right now on page 2, the same language from the original charge, and then I will print it out. Other than that, did you see anything, Mr. Nichols, Mr. Smith, any additions, corrections, objections to the charge?
No, Your Honor, nothing from the state.
Mr. Hill, you were given a copy of that charge yesterday for punishment and given an opportunity to review it. Do you have any issues with that charge that I plan to read to the jury? So I'm going to print you out a copy. Again, I just added the same language in that I put in that first one having to do with you representing yourself. That's the only change from the one that you have now. I'm going to print that out. You'll have a copy of it. We'll take a short break. I will read the charge, and then there will be closing argument by Mr. Nichols and yourself if you have one. Court will be in a short recess.
Just doesn't end. Just doesn't end. Ah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yes, everyone says I look tired when I'm looking down. Well, that's just how I look when I'm looking down at my phone. We've got a funny story Amber sent me on my phone that I'm looking at, and I guess during the break we can talk about this just briefly. It's almost a podcast idea. You know, this is a great story for a podcast, but I feel we need just a little levity. We need a little levity in this case, which is terribly sad, and not for like, you know, it's not for the sad reasons you think. It's just sad that this jury has to hear half this stuff. All right, so let's pull this up here. This is a news story out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Amber sent this to me. So let me begin by just showing you a picture. So hold on. This is a what would you do moment. Ready? This is a what would you do moment. Imagine, I'm setting the stage. Imagine you're out in your neighborhood, out and about, maybe taking the dog on a walk, maybe just going for a little brisk stroll down the street, and you come to a box. Oops, that's not it. You come to a box that looks like this. That is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper for scale, which means the box stands about 2 feet tall, 3 feet wide, maybe 2 feet deep. Maybe, you know, so. The paper says "free look inside," and it appears to be unlocked. What would you do? What would you do? This comes to us via Facebook. Amber brought this to us from Facebook, and the Fighting Crime News and who's wanted in North Carolina channel or page has posted this. What would you do? I posted on I commented on it that I think that the man who's hiding inside waiting for someone to open it up so they can scare them can't believe it's taken this long for someone to see the box and open it. Neighbors went with this route. Call the police department for a possible explosive device. My favorite comment was that is most definitely a mimic. If you know what a mimic is, then you know. You planning to get there in time? No. I can tell you that apparently the box has been opened now under careful police monitoring and scrutiny. And you need to see the other box, the other picture. Where's the other picture? Let's see. I can't see the other picture. It's got to be in the comments somewhere. Oh, here it is. Found it. Hang on a second. There we go. Hold, please. Here's the other picture. This is neighbors and police in Raleigh standing at a distance discussing the possible options. Let's see if there's any other pictures. Just one second. Here we go. Hang on, last one. And here's the last picture. Just one second. Share, airdrop. There. All right. It's been opened. It was empty. It was empty. Nothing was inside. It's actually just a beautiful chest that now that we know it's empty and there's no Pandora inside or nothing other than, as one person said it, sailboat fuel inside, I think we all want it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful box. Somebody just put it out. They didn't need it anymore, and they do what we do here in North Carolina, which is we just put it out on the side of the road, and people drive by and decide that one man's trash is another man's treasure, and they can pick it up. And so on the side of the road is the designated "it's okay to take" slot, and it was empty. But is it empty? Right? It might be haunted. So now the question is, who gets to keep it? Is it the first person who reported it to the police? Is it the person who dared to walk over and open it? I was hoping there would be money inside. That would have been cool. Somebody who's like, you took the risk. You took the risk. Now you get the reward. Is that a church parking lot behind it? If so, I appreciate the skipping. Not sure if it was. It doesn't look like one to me. Yes, Pandora's box. So either everyone in Raleigh is going to get sick very soon, or the world's going to come to a catastrophic end, depending on what you think is in the box. But anyway, that was a fun little break. We're going to go back to court here and wait for the judge to return. It's just an old clutter that will fill with more clutter. This week, a bunch of famous people died. Yes, they did. Two of them, notably, were both 80 years old. And a coincidence? I think not. Dolly passes away, and then right afterwards, Tropical Storm Dolly forms in the Atlantic. Dolly's revenge? I don't know. Is there somebody that needs a good storm headed their direction? It's a beautiful chest. Looks very old. We had a similar chest in our house when we bought it. This house was built in 1915, and it was not entirely empty when we opened it. It was full of newspaper stories, some of which were about this house, some of which were about a prominent barbecue restaurant in the area, which was tied to the owners of this house. And we got rid of it as well. So, all right, glitter bomb would have been great. Could be doorway into Narnia, although Narnia, the what is it? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe has very strong warnings to children about locking yourself in the wardrobe, because that's a bad idea. So. It's a steam trunk. We need a Geraldo reveal of R.A. Shed. Red Pen, here's what I'm going to authorize. Whoever buys my house when I finally do manage to sell this place, whoever buys my house, I am fully supporting them live streaming a reveal of whatever was in the shed. But I intend to not know. It could be. I mean, no joke. I don't want you guys tearing up my shed, trespassing on my property, but not the last owner, but the owner before him that owned this property was a bit of a miser. Had a lot of money, but refused to give any to anyone. When he died, there was money found in the bottom of a barrel that was stuffed with other stuff in the garage. It's possible he hid money in the shed as well. I'll never know. And no, I'm not looking for it. But it's possible that he had a little spot out there where he put a little something. Maybe underground. Could be. There's a lot of money in the shed. Put a sign on it, free, look inside. Open the shed. No, the shed is open. It's not like a locked room. It's just snakes and bees. Snakes and bees. I have no interest in going in there because I'm not going to fight that. Could be old tools. There's some stuff piled back there, but I've never even shown a light. We might have to do a live stream where I can show you the outside of the shed. But what if it's just $1 billion? Then the guy who buys my house gets the $1 billion. It could be Civil War gold bars.
Let the record reflect. State is present. Mr. Hill's present. Is there any final requested additions or corrections or objections to the court's charge that I've handed you guys?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill, any issues with that court's charge?
Under the presentation of my own defense, that was the only, what I said was the only objection that I have really.
With specific to this document?
Yes, no.
I don't understand exactly what you're objecting to. Can you tell me again?
The overlong state.
What?
Overlong state in the prison unit is the only objection I have.
Well, I just mean this is what the law is that I have to give the jury.
Okay.
What their decision is up to them.
Okay.
So with regard to the law that's provided in this charge, do you have any issue with that?
I don't know.
Okay. We can get the jury in.
Yes, I have metal detector in my yard. I did find some old silver coins and some old. Well, basically, they used to throw their trash into a pile outside. They'd have a trash pile, and our yard was no exception. So I did find.
So while they're doing that, Mr. Hill, what'll happen? Just like yesterday, I'll read this charge, and then you'll be given an opportunity. Just ask the jury final few statements that you want to make to the jury, and then Mr. Nichols will do the same. Okay.
We found some old early 1900s era doctor affiliated type broken pieces, like little bottles, and that were most likely for some sort of medicine. And I think we found a sort of it's like a syringe, but the needle's way too big. This was a doctor that built this house. But we dug in the yard for bottles. No, but we did use some one of those spring steel plunger rods. You know what? I don't know what you call it, but it's what you use to look for an area to dig, and we couldn't locate it. We think it might be under the deck.
Well, real quick, on page 5, under the parole, I'm going to take out the sentence that has that example that says 4 years, because that's not an option. I forgot to take that out. So under parole on the 5th page, that last sentence that says if the defendant is sentenced to a term of less than 4 years, I'm going to take that one sentence out because it doesn't apply, because it's either 5 to 99 or probation. 4 is not even an option, and that can be confusing to the jury. Is that okay with both of you?
Yes, sure.
Correct.
Thank you.
Laura, I never went there. It's being drained right now. Pineview Reservoir is what it's called in Utah. I believe it's still being drained. I think there's a live stream camera, traffic camera, UDOT traffic camera at the dam at Pineview Reservoir that you can see how low the reservoir is. But, yeah. As far as I know, the ring has never been found. Can I buy your house? You could.
Written a new copy. Thanks.
It's worth a ton more now that there's a possibility of Civil War gold in the yard. So. You're 5 miles from Pineview? Seriously? You're in Ogden? just down the canyon? Or are you up on the like Mountain Green area or what? Love that area. Spend a lot of time ice fishing out there. And summer fishing for crappie as well. Pretty good. Never caught a tiger muskie, though. Beautiful area. Yes. As is the operative word. This is a beautiful house, and we love it. It's gorgeous. It's just 1915. So.
All right, let the record reflect the jury seated. State's attorney's present. Mr. Hill's present. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll read the court's charge to you. Cause number 24, DCCR 1615, the State of Texas versus Treylyn Hill. Jury instructions. Members of the jury, you have found the defendant, Treylyn Hill, guilty of the offense of aggravated robbery. Now you must determine the punishment to be imposed on the defendant. The parties will soon present final arguments on punishment. Before they do so, I must now give you the instructions you must follow in determining the defendant's punishment. You will have a written copy of these instructions to take with you and to use during your deliberations. I will first tell you about some general principles that apply in all criminal cases. Then I will tell you about the specific law applicable to this case. Finally, I will instruct you on the rules that must control your deliberations. General principles. As the jurors, you review the evidence and determine the facts and what they prove. You judge the believability of the witnesses and what weight to give their testimony. In judging the facts and the believability of the witnesses, you must apply the law provided in these instructions. In determining the sentence to be imposed on the defendant, you may take into consideration all the evidence admitted before you. This includes the evidence admitted during the first stage of the trial concerning the defendant's guilt, as well as any evidence admitted during this punishment stage. The evidence consists of the testimony and exhibits admitted in the trial. You must consider only evidence to reach your decision. You must not consider, discuss, or mention any other thing that is not evidence in the trial. You must not consider or mention any personal knowledge or information you may have about any fact or person connected with this case that is not evidence in the trial. Statements made by the lawyers are not evidence. The questions asked by the attorneys are not evidence. In this case, because Mr. Treylyn Hill elected to represent himself, you are to treat his questions and statements the same as any other lawyer. The exception to this is his actual testimony from the witness stand, which you may take into consideration the same as any other witness. Nothing I have said or done in this case should be considered by you as my opinion about the facts of this case or influence you to vote one way or the other. You should give terms their common meanings unless you have been told in these instructions that the terms are given special meanings. In that case, of course, you should give those terms the meanings provided in the instructions. While you should consider only the evidence, you are permitted to draw reasonable inferences from the testimony and exhibits if those inferences are justified in the light of common experience. In other words, you may make deductions and reach conclusions that reason and common sense lead you to draw from the evidence. While you should consider, nope, I just read that. Yep. You are to render a fair and impartial verdict based on the evidence admitted in the case under the law that is in these instructions. Do not allow your verdict to be determined by bias or prejudice. You may, if you wish, examine exhibits. If you wish to examine an exhibit, the foreperson will inform the court and specifically identify the exhibit you wish to examine. Only exhibits that were admitted into evidence may be given to you for examination. Certain testimony will be read back to you by the court reporter if you request. To request that testimony be read back to you, you must follow these rules. The foreperson must make the request in writing and sign it. That request must 1. State that it is requesting that testimony be read back. 2. State that you have a disagreement about a specific statement of a witness or a particular point in dispute. And 3. Identify the name of the witness who made the statement. The court will then have the court reporter read back only that part of the statement that is in dispute. During the trial, you heard evidence that the defendant may have committed wrongful acts that did not result in any criminal charges or that did not result in criminal convictions. You are not to consider any evidence of any particular wrongful act unless you find beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant did in fact commit that wrongful act. Those of you who believe the defendant did the wrongful act may consider it. You must arrive at the amount of punishment by a full, fair, and free expression of the opinion of the individual jurors. You must not decide the punishment by lot or by chance. For example, you may not agree beforehand to be bound by the result of a process by which each juror gives the number of years the juror thinks should be served. These are then added, and the result is divided by 12.
You can't math it out.
To reach a verdict, all 12 of you must agree. The defendant has asked that you recommend he be granted community supervision. You may, in this case, be able to recommend that the confinement assessed by you, any fine assessed by you, or both, be suspended and the defendant placed on community supervision. Community supervision is often called probation. The two terms mean the same thing. If the defendant is placed on community supervision, the defendant will not be required during the period of community supervision to serve the period of confinement assessed by you. If you assess a fine and recommend that the fine be suspended, the defendant will not be required during the period of community supervision to pay that fine. If the defendant successfully completes the period of community supervision, the court will discharge the defendant. A defendant so discharged will never have to serve the confinement assessed by you or pay any fine that you have recommended be suspended. During the period of community supervision, conditions will be imposed on the defendant, and the defendant will be placed under a variety of programs. If the defendant is believed to have violated the conditions of community supervision, the defendant will be brought before the court. The court, after a hearing without a jury, will either continue or revoke the community supervision. If the court revokes the community supervision, the court will dispose of the case as if there had been no community supervision. It will sentence the defendant to a term of confinement not exceeding the term assessed by this jury. It may also require the defendant to pay any fine assessed by this jury that the jury recommended be suspended. The duration of the period of community supervision will be determined by the court. It may not be for a period of longer than 10 years. If you recommend that the defendant be placed on community supervision, the court must grant the defendant community supervision. In addition, if the defendant is granted community supervision, the court may impose any other reasonable condition that is designed to protect and restore the community, protect or restore the victim, or punish, rehabilitate, or restore the defendant. During the period of community supervision, the court may, at any time, alter or modify the conditions imposed on the defendant. You may recommend that the defendant be placed on community supervision only if both of two requirements are met. 1, the punishment you have assessed is not more than 10 years confinement, and 2, you find the defendant has never been convicted of a felony in this or any other state.
It's so bad, guys. It's so
If you
bad.
decide to recommend that the defendant be placed on community supervision, you should indicate whether you recommend suspension of the term of confinement, fine, or both. If you decide not to recommend that the court suspend the sentence and place the defendant on community supervision, you should use the verdict form that does not recommend community supervision. Rules that control deliberations.
I warned you.
You must follow these rules while you're deliberating and until you reach a verdict. After the closing arguments by the attorneys, you will go into the jury room. The forepersons should conduct the deliberations in an orderly way. Each juror has one vote, including the foreperson. The foreperson must supervise the voting, vote with other jurors on the verdict, and sign the verdict sheet. While deliberating and until excused by the trial court, all jurors must follow these rules. 1, you must not discuss this case with any court officer or the attorneys or anyone not on the jury. 2, you must not discuss this case unless all of you are present in the jury room. If anyone leaves the room, you must stop your discussions about the case until all of you are present again. 3, you must communicate with the judge only in writing, signed by the foreperson, and given to the judge through the officer assigned to you. 4, you must not conduct any independent investigations, research, or experiments. And 5, you must tell the judge if anyone attempts to contact you about the case before you reach your verdict. After you have arrived at your verdict, you are to use one of the forms attached to these instructions. You should have your foreperson sign his or her name to the particular form that conforms to your verdict. After the closing argument by the attorneys, you will begin your deliberations to decide your verdict. Specific law applicable to this case. You have found the defendant, Treylyn Hill, guilty of aggravated robbery as charged in the indictment. This offense is punishable by 1, a term of imprisonment for no less than 5 years and no more than 99 years or for life, or 2, a term of imprisonment for no less than 5 years and no more than 99 years or for life, and a fine of no more than $10,000. The length of time for which a defendant is imprisoned may be reduced by the award of parole. Under the law applicable in this case, if the defendant is sentenced to a term of imprisonment, he will not become eligible for parole until the actual time served equals 1/2 of the sentence imposed, or 30 years, whichever is less.
So 2.5.
Eligibility for parole does not guarantee that parole will be granted. It cannot accurately be predicted how the parole law might be applied to this defendant if he's sentenced to a term of imprisonment, because the application of that law will depend on decisions made by parole authorities.
And by what he does
You may
in prison.
consider the existence of the parole law. You are not to consider the manner in which the parole law may be applied to this particular defendant. And then there's my signature. And then you have 2 separate verdict forms. You'll choose one. The first reads verdict, no recommendation of community supervision. We, the jury, having found the defendant, Treylyn Hill, guilty of the offense of aggravated robbery, assesses punishment at, and you would select one, and there's 4 options. The first, imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of blank, 5 to 99 years and no fine. The second, imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of blank, 5 to 99 years, and a fine of blank, $10,000 or less. And then the third is imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for life and no fine. And then the final is imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for life and a fine of blank, $10,000 or less. And then it's got a line for the signature and the printed name of the foreperson. And then the second form is titled Verdict, Recommendation of Community Supervision. We, the jury, having found the defendant, Treylyn Hill, guilty of the offense of aggravated robbery, assess his punishment at, and it says select one. You've got 2 choices. The first, imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of blank. No matter how many times I go over these, I still make mistakes. It should say 5 to 10 years and no fine. And then the second, imprisonment in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for a term of blank, 5 to 10 years, and a fine of blank, $10,000 or less. Having assessed punishment at no more than 10 years imprisonment, we further find that the defendant has never been convicted of a felony and recommend he be placed on community supervision. We recommend suspension of, and then you would select one of these if you're using this form. The first is the term of imprisonment only. The second is any fine assessed only. And then the third is any term of imprisonment and any fine assessed. And then there's a line again for the signature and the printed name of the foreperson.
All right.
Mr. Nichols, you have the right to open closing arguments.
I'll reserve my time.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Hill, now's your turn to your final say whatever you want to say to the jury about what punishment should be.
I'm praying that y'all all got it in fact.
Hang on, we can't hear you. You got to speak loudly and clearly so everybody can hear you, especially the court reporter and the jury.
Ever since being in this facility, I have been working rigorously on my meditation skills, my mudras and mantras, on the spiritual evangelism, which is a non-denominational belief religious theocracy, and what it is.
Speak up.
What it is the study of spiritual inhabitants of the Holy Spirit within the soul, congealing with Hinduism and Shaolin monk style practicing the mudra and mantras, and Taoism, which is the
Taoism,
of all, of course, congealing study of rebirth and the capability to defend your own spiritual life and manner under the light of God in the heavenly kingdom of Allah, and the Elohim, and I work on a diligent basis to stay sane inside of this per se mental asylum. Being inside this facility has definitely changed my outlook upon myself. And my family's outlook has not been good on me being inside this facility. So I definitely want to try to bring light to my name in this way to better make my faith more prominent within myself and prosper as an individual. So I pray y'all can help me out today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Mr. Nichols, you may proceed.
Yeah, he seems sometimes.
I truly hope that Treylyn Hill is seeking peace and getting right with God, and he needs to be in a Texas prison while he does that. What y'all have heard in punishment confirms what y'all did in the guilt phase. He robbed Kate Torres and shot at him and James Flanagan multiple times when they tried to stop me. And what y'all got to hear through the punishment evidence, threats to kill a Beaumont police officer, escalating to burglary of his girlfriend, Jasmine Newman, taking her gun, same gun mentioned in those messages. And several weeks later, shooting at Kate and James. I don't want him to escalate to a murder to where he shoots or kills somebody. I'm begging, I'm imploring y'all, make sure he has no chance to do that.
It's a strong argument.
When someone shows you who they are, when they show you how their violent actions escalate from threats to brutalizing Jasmine, to shooting at people, what comes next? All the stuff from the jail shows you he can't follow rules even while in custody. Throwing feces on a guard.
That happened.
Spraying another inmate. And all these horrible things he does in front of these female guards.
Many
show
times.
you he can't follow the rules. Even when you are in jail, you know your trial's coming. Can't stop doing these things.
Because I can't.
You would not be human if you didn't have some sympathy for this young man. We've seen it all week. His behavior's a little erratic, but we're here for the violence that he puts on people. Probation is for people who can follow rules. Probation is a minimum punishment.
We have a poll.
Probation is for people who accept responsibility for their actions. He still won't admit what he did to Kate and James. He dances around every question of the things he even admits he did. If you can't follow the simple rules, you're not going to follow probation. And I don't want to live in Jefferson County if he's back on the street. You don't either.
Wow.
We talked during jury selection about why do we punish people? Why do people get sent to prison? Protect the victim, protect the community. Don't let Kate or James or Jasmine ever have to worry about him being back out and coming after them. For the whole community's sake, let's not put him in a position to hurt anybody else. You get a gun to shoot and hit somebody next time. I don't want to be the one to tell a victim, sorry, he was on probation, even though we knew he had shot at people before, even though we knew he had threatened to shoot police officers, but we turned him back out on the street. These two verdict forms, the first one is no recommendation of community supervision. This is the one that matters. Y'all are going to fill in a term of years.
He'll serve half his time.
I'm not going to tell you what to do as far as the time. That is for y'all to decide, but it needs to be substantial. It needs to ensure he's not in a position to hurt anybody else in the free world. And that is what I'm asking y'all to do, and I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the evidence. The court's charge in closing argument. I'm going to give the charge to the bailiff. She will take it with you, get you situated in the jury deliberation room, and we will be in recess until you reach a verdict. You guys can go to the bailiff.
All right. We're beginning.
Hey, man, I promise y'all.
Hold on. You had your opportunity. Don't speak anymore.
Said something about a problem child.
Mr. Hill, before we break, there is a document that I'm going to need your signature on. What this document says is that this was not any type of agreement. You will have a right to appeal. We'll appoint someone to take care of that appeal for you. But I need you to sign this so that I can give you a copy of it. You can read it. It's marked off and it has my signature on it. But the thing that's marked off says that you have a right to appeal, and we'll definitely get that taken care of for you at the end of this trial. Okay, thank you. We'll be in.
We're in recess. We're in recess. All right, so now we just sit tight and wait for verdict music again. Yes, the warden may be praying that he's getting probation instead of bringing it back to... Oh, my goodness. Let's see. My YouTube's not working right here, so I can't see the poll yet. Let's see. What time does Keefe start? Keefe starts at 4. 3 or 4. Hang on, let me check the schedule. Just 1 second. It is the 27th, so it starts at noon to 4, so noon Pacific time. Guess I have to make that thumbnail real quick. While we do this, let me read to you a little something. I found this online. This is what I read about my house before I bought it. Ready? Not giving out too many details, but fabulous wraparound porch, 8 coal-burning fireplaces. These are all facts. Each with unique mantels. Original Greek key inlaid floors in parlors and formal dining room. Original wood flooring throughout the home, as well as original picture rail and trim. Magnificent arched front door surround with sunburst patterned transom. Original stained glass window in the dining room and leaded oval glass window in the keeping room. Wide foyer features oversized glass French doors that lead to the parlor. Rare vintage metal cabinets in the kitchen were installed in the 1950s. I threw those away, so you don't get those. We completely redid the kitchen. The courtyard is perfect for entertaining and relaxing, and a 2-car garage has ample storage space. Oh, we got rid of that as well. There's no 2-car garage. We now have an 800 square foot Airbnb, which brings in $1,300 a month in rental. And it's always booked. That comes with. It's on the property. Let's see. HVAC is only a few years old. It's a few years older now. Excuse the porch renovations in progress. We've done a few ourselves. Sellers offering, they offered some closing costs. High ceilings throughout the home, 2 full bathrooms. Second floor bathroom has the original clawfoot tub. I threw that away. Sorry. That was my bad. Put it by the side of the road. Somebody hauled it away. It took just minutes. And hand-carved plaster subway tile in effect on the walls. Yeah, I tore that out. Sorry. It's all new. The oversized windows throughout the home fill each room with an abundance of sunshine and fresh air, I might add. Yes, we have 33 windows in this house. Large closets in each of the 5 bedrooms. Downstairs bedroom has a nice built-in. Oh, that's the one I'm in right now. That's my studio. And has been used as an office. Still am. Upstairs 1 bedroom has a small sink that was used by a doctor when he used the room for examinations. Still there. That's the master bedroom. Large bedroom upstairs has a sink and dressing area that could easily be converted into a 3rd bathroom. It's sort of like an add-on hallway 2nd-story room. That's pretty fun. Let's see. Oversized corner lot has plenty of space to entertain, play, or relax. From the 2-car garage, walk through to the beautiful brick courtyard and enter the home through the functional mudroom. Endless possibilities exist for a magnificent home. Perfect location close to the city park, shopping and dining close to Greenville, Winterville, Kinston. And there's a new 264 bypass that makes travel a breeze. And it's, what are the facts on this one? 5 bedroom, 2 bath, 3,057 square feet. But that doesn't count the 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 800 square foot Airbnb. That's permitted on the property. So, pretty good, I think. You think I could sell it? I can use some of those descriptions. What about radon? Green pen. radon builds up in basements, and we keep some good airflow going on. So I've never had the problem with that. Blue pen. And we've got pens all over the place. We do have... Everyone's a marker now. All the mods are markers. Blue pen, red pen, green pen. Let's see. We're in a bedroom. Yes, we're in a bedroom. The closet. It used to be a big closet there, but we actually cut the closet in half and extended the bathroom to have a big walk, like a stand-up shower. Like it's like 4 foot by 4 foot stand-up shower instead of the little one they had. Have you shown the finished bathroom connected to your office? It's not connected. I should have made a door that way. That would have been nice. Kitchen was very expensive. Luckily, insurance covered half of it. Granite countertops, stainless steel. Oh, we've got a call. We have a call, guys. Hang on. I'm trying. 1 second. Hello?
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 Hey, can you hear me okay?
No. Is there a person I can talk to instead of a computer? Take that as a no. Stand-up shower. Do you normally sit down to shower? No, I couldn't think of the name, so I said stand-up in there, but that's the wrong name. It's I forget what it's called. It has one of those glass bifold doors on the front of the shower, but it's recessed into the... Recessed is the word. I don't know why I said stand-up. I pretty much stand up for all showers. That's just how it is. Representative. It's not a shove tower. That's it. Right. You can't sit down is what I mean by that one. It's a walk-in shower. Well, sort of, but there's a door. Some walk-in showers are just like a room you walk into. You're lucky. I'm in a good mood.
Call from
Legally Gangsta.
To accept, press 1.
Legally Gangsta. How are you doing? I haven't taken calls in a long time. I've sort of sworn off of it because we had some close calls. But here you are on the phone, and I'm hoping I don't
better,
regret it.
and I still had the sound turned up so I could hear myself say, Gangsta.
It's pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, just living the gangsta dream, really.
As an OOG, double OG.
I got out of them streets and just home, living my best stay-at-home gangsta life.
Yeah. Unloaded the gangster groceries from the gangster mobile.
Oh, no. The gangster store drops those off on the gangster's porch.
That's the way it should be.
I'm serious. I get going, my nervous system does not understand the difference between walking into a grocery store and a bear attack. So I'm delivered.
I can see similarities. That's you don't like shopping.
Life,
You don't like shopping.
Well, online I do. Right. Oh yeah, no.
Amazon would agree with you on that one. Your Amazon delivery driver would be like, yes, actually, she does. But yeah.
Oh yeah, they know me.
Not
just them, but the ones who just roll up to Amazon and do the daily deliveries. Those people know me too.
The whole fleet.
So
yeah,
I missed some of the little blurb of Keefe yesterday. I rewatched last night, but I missed chat and everything. But the other day when the guy came on who. He worked for the Compton Police Department. He had the salt and pepper hair. And he said that Tupac wasn't in a gang. And I lost it. I was like, that's crazy. Of course he was in the gang. Right?
Yeah, I remember him.
That was ignorant on my part because I have some family members who are from the west side of Cincinnati. and they actually did dive into the like real gang life. And so they're all out now, but so I had to hit them up. I'm like, okay, tell me why this guy is trying to convince me that Tupac wasn't in a gang.
Well, you heard what
I got
it takes
schooled a
to
little
be in a
bit.
gang, right?
Do what?
You heard what it takes to be in a gang.
Yeah, I heard.
You have to admit to a police officer so he can mark it on the card that you're in a gang. That's basically the requirement. Otherwise,
well, I thought it was like you had to be like. I guess I didn't hear that part. I heard like there's some sort of violent initiation.
Oh, you get jumped in.
I didn't hear the.
That can happen, or you can, I guess, buy your way in if you're making bread.
Okay, so you all
that's
you
gang name for money.
You weren't
bread.
floored by that information. Was I alone on that?
I thought that he was in a gang. I thought the close association with gang members continually might be enough to qualify him for that.
That's what I thought too. So this is what my cousin said. I actually found this conversation that he and I had pretty interesting, and I thought you guys might also. Now I have to find it because I'm on the phone, and now I'm nervous and I'm a little anxious because now I feel rushed. Sorry. Okay. So I said, why is he trying to say that? He said, well, he never openly claimed to be in the gang. And he was like, and also you don't actually try to put that stuff out there because that's how RICO cases get started. I'm like, okay, that's a good point. I said, but you're telling me that he ran with this gang. He was protected by this gang. He was taken out by a gang and gang associations, but he wasn't in a gang.
He participated in a gang beatdown of a rival gang member.
Right.
I think that's almost like getting jumped in, participated in beating up somebody else.
That's kind of what I thought. And if sort of like violence is required to be initiated, well, I mean, I suppose being, shot to death seems like, the ultimate initiation, is it not? But I mean, maybe he's an honorary Crip. I don't know. But he said, I'm like, but how, logistically, how does that work? Because when you're that close, you're there. Is it just like you don't, I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. Because at some point, you see stuff that you're not supposed to see. So
he knew he knew stuff that nobody else knew, I'm sure. But maybe it's because...
Isn't that something that gets people killed when you know too much? I'm not saying that that's what happened here. I just don't understand the logistics of it. Like, how can you actually trust that person?
I think Northwest has hit the nail on the head. The problem we have is that gangs in general have extremely weak HR departments. That there's normally a book, right? When you get a job, you get a book, and the book tells you what to do and what the rules are and who's in charge. The gangs haven't got to that part yet, and so determining who's in the gang or not, they do you throw the sign right? Do you wear the flag right?
Well, essentially, I guess, but they do paperwork, right? Because you're not technically in the gang.
Sorry.
Because until you tell an officer, that's bureaucracy.
Yeah, that was one of the ways you could get in the gang without being jumped in, is you could attempt to take out a police officer. That's how Orlando.
But you said it wasn't official until you told an officer, right?
Yeah, that official. The police were the only ones keeping a record. They have those little 3x5 cards, with pictures, and they'd flip through and try to memorize people's names and try to stay up on the lingo and everything. And if you weren't on the card, then as far as the police are concerned, you're not in the gang. Now, some people would say that that Tupac was not in the gang because he wore like the truce colors. Like you'd see him with a white bandana, right? Like, I'm my own guy. I can white goes with red, white goes with blue, and he hung out with people on both sides.
Yeah, but that he also said, I mean, it could be as simple as a blue shoelace. They could have on 100 different colors. If they have on a blue shoelace, that's their identifier. So maybe on those days, Tupac was secretly wearing some like
Blue undies.
draws.
It was blue Fruit of the Loom, I think, was the choice. But
Speaking of draws, how funny was it when Keefe was like, and Puffy ain't even send me no Sean John draws, no nothing. I didn't get my 500,000 or no Sean John draws.
Zip got them all. Zip got everything. Yeah.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out like the logistics behind this, right? I'm like, it doesn't, like, street culture doesn't make sense to me. If this dude isn't like, I'm, affiliated with, I'm part of this is where my loyalty is, I've been jumped in, there's like an initiation. How can you trust this person? Like, obviously, it's transactional. Because he needs them. Even though he had the Outlaws, he needed them. He had to roll 50
for
people
content,
deep.
if nothing else. I mean, his songs.
That too.
He's got to.
That's true.
He's got.
But,
it's the gang life, thug life, right?
Yeah, they need security, right? So like he rolled whatever, and my cousin was like, well, so there was probably money laundering being done, so they could launder their drug money. And then also, he was bringing in a bunch of money. TCD, these were big time kingpins, the kingpins or whatever.
But I haven't heard where the laundering went. It was, I think they just spent dirty money. It probably. I guess you could say technically gambling would be laundering.
Oh no, I mean through death row.
Okay.
So death row, like they could, they trying to legitimize
But Death Row Records was bringing in clean money.
Yeah, but they could.
It was
turn illegitimate money to look like legitimate money for these dealers, right?
I'm not sure if that's
make them look like they're on the straight and narrow.
Just everyone on the
Because if
books
some dude from the hood just goes off and buys himself a mansion, but doesn't have anything on the books to say how he got this money for a mansion, they're going to come after him. But if you can launder your money through production company or whatever,
like a media company,
so I thought that was
interesting.
Media
or something.
Yeah. Just making something up, just throwing that out there. Some sort of money laundering system.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Deer Park Water, whatever.
Sponsorship deals.
whatever. I mean, just like throwing things out. Whatever. I just thought that was interesting. And I don't know. I would be the perfect person for this jury because, like, I know who Tupac was, but like I was 11.
You didn't
or almost 11. Right. Like and I grew up in, some cookie cutter suburban neighborhood in Midwest Ohio, or, like in the Midwest in Ohio. I don't know anything about it. Whatever they tell me about like street and gang culture, I'm going to be like, I'm learning this for the first time, So I wonder, but I don't feel like they did a good job in proving that Tupac wasn't in that gang. And if I was on the jury, I would have lost credibility for that witness just hearing him say that.
Maybe it's this. I think that gangster code requires that you tell people you're in the gang if you are in the gang. Right? That's a matter of pride. If you're in, you have to say it. It's like you have to tell the truth. And because he never admitted it, then he's not in. He was just closely associated with.
That's true. Like it probably would have been like in, like the first few bars of his song, like Crib Records, Crib Life, or however they do it. I don't know. I'm not a rapper. I mean, I am. I'm a gangster rapper, but with Christmas presents.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of rap.
Yeah.
And I can do the fast parts of Forgot About Dre, the Eminem parts, but that's really
the radio edit or
both.
So
I can do them both.
I'm gonna start and you finish sentence. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out. Just like when they move their lips, just a bunch of gibberish.
Just a bunch of gibberish. No.
Don't say that word.
I said.
That's Eminem,
Act like
though.
You forgot about Dre.
That's Eminem.
So what do you say to somebody you hate?
We're done. I'm gonna get copyright strike
trying to bring
for
trouble
using
your
the
way.
lyrics.
Oh, that's right. And I sound just like them. So yeah, we better stop because you're gonna get in trouble because I am clearly the vocal doppelganger of Eminem.
Kathy, can you give me a call? I think Kathy wants to argue the other point, and I think it's only fair that we give her time to do this. And
I would love that. Can we do a three-way? Please fool me. I'm just kidding. I'll let you go. Thank you, Kathy. Please teach me how I'm wrong. I'm open to being wrong. I love it.
Kathy, just let me know what number it is so I can pick up the right one. I'll hang up on anyone who's not her. Okay, I think this is her. All right.
Okay, bye.
Right,
love
bye.
you guys. Peace out.
Bye.
Call from
gossip, rumor, and innuendo.
You have the nicest voice on saying who you are. It's so clear. Kathy, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm ready to get edumacated. It's time for you to school me on everything gang related, because
oh my Lord,
my thug
this
life
is what you first
is limited to Pickles.
No. Okay, so please understand, I grew up in not in like the inner city, in the hood, anything like that. I'm not like a hip hop person at all. My husband is, but I listened to the trial. So this is how it works for those who are confused, right? If a person wants to be in a gang, they usually start when they're very young because young people will get less time. And when they hang out with their little friends who are associated with the gang, and when they're somewhere from 10 years old all the way up to a young teenager, at some point they hang out with these gang affiliated people, they have a bunch of fun, and then they're like, hey, I would like to join this gang.
So these would be the tinies, right?
Yeah, the young
TCs,
kids.
The tiny crips.
Yeah, the baby gangsters or whatever they were calling them.
It's like daycare,
and then what
but for
happens
gangsters.
is, right, they have to get jumped in, whereby all the dudes in the gang jump in and beat the tar out of them, and they have to fight their way out. If somebody is like, look, you're my best friend's cousin's uncle's brother-in-law, whatever, you can get, quote unquote, a fair one whereby you only fight one person and you don't fight the whole gang all at once.
It's probably important that you don't whoop that person, though.
I mean, they really want you to show that you've got the heart for it and you can fight and do all the gangy related things, whatever those happen to be.
Right.
But once you get jumped in and you're part of the crew, you must then put in work. Putting in work by spray painting graffiti, by carjacking
And
people,
you have
by
to spell
robbing
the gang
people.
name right.
Yes. And including your new street name, whatever name they gave you, Dirt Rock or Holly, please. Dirt Rock or whatever name you get, you have to spell your own name and the gang name right.
Mm-hmm.
You have to hang on, let me let this dog outside. Go. You have to not make any mistakes. You have to not embarrass the gang. And after you've put in enough work, then you might be considered like a gangster, right? Like one of the older guys.
Oh,
yes.
So you'd be a gang banger putting in the work until you're a gangster or gang member. And that's when you become like an OG.
You're like an NI, like a new initiate, which is what I think they call it in fraternities and sororities. But when you're
Coincidence?
young,
I think not. Okay, go on.
So when you're young, you get jumped in and then you have to do a bunch of petty crime. You could put in work for 10, 15 years. Ideally, during that time, you go to jail, you do a little bit of time. And after you've put in enough work, as determined by I don't know what, you become an OG, where you become not really a shot caller, but you're doing less work. You're sort of overseeing. You're the supervisor of the guys who are selling the drugs and doing other things. When you get too old for that mess, that kind of engagement, then you become an OG or an OOG, which is old gangster or original gangster, depending on who you ask.
But this is different from a DOGG or a...
Yes.
Okay,
that's a different thing.
That's just Snoop.
Right. But if and the thing is, these guys join gangs because they need the money. They're paying their rent. They're supporting their families. If you can make money by being a rapper, you don't need to be a gangster at all. You can hang out with the gang people and they can provide you protection, and you might get clout for hanging out with them. But hanging out with them does not make you a gangster or a gang member. Putting in work is what makes you a gangster or a gang member.
So I see where you're going here. Tupac obviously never did the tiny C's. He was never a
That's
tiny
right.
crip. He was never
That's
in
right.
the gang banger phase as
Right.
well, where he's putting in the work and committing the crimes and tagging things. He just went straight to hanging out with the gang members, which means you don't just get inducted into that level. But did any of Tupac's money go to the gang?
How would we ever know? It's not like we have receipts. And additionally, he wouldn't have to give them money. Like maybe he gives them tickets to concerts and things like that. But there's no reason for him to give them money. But some of the money made from his art went to Death Row, and maybe Death Row provided, turkeys for the community or whatever. So that way, some of his money would have gone towards like gang activity, but he was not out here that we know of, buying drugs and things like that, aside from personal use.
Yeah. That's like
wouldn't
a kilo or less, right? Is personal consumption.
I don't know what his level of consumption was, but he would not be out here buying birds, which is what Keefe D called a kilo in his book. I just got the audio book like a week ago. Yeah. He had a lot of birds. He had a lot of birds. But Tupac was affiliated. He was associated. He was a friend of. He was not a gang member.
So here's my question.
Yes.
At what point does the delineation between member and affiliate just not matter anymore if they're going to commit crimes together?
Well, part of the problem is that, number one, there's no reason in the world for Tupac to commit any crimes.
But he did.
These guys are doing crimes.
We've got him on video kicking Orlando. Baby Lane.
Understood. That's why he got himself into trouble, because he was messing in something that was none of his business. He should have stayed out of it. That was the issue that Keefe D had with him. He's like, look, you're a rapper. Go be a rapper. Stay in your lane. Be a rapper. Don't be over here trying to be a pretend gangster, because you haven't put in work. You haven't done time for the gang. You haven't taken care of these other people. You just jumped in the middle of this for no good reason, trying to get street cred or because you're young and you're a hothead or whatever. That was Keefe D's and remains Keefe D's biggest beef about this whole thing. Tupac should not have involved himself at all.
So we got personal because Tupac was getting recognition without doing any of the work and not having the affiliation.
That is correct. That's mostly, I mean, I don't even know that he got so much recognition. He jumped this kid, and then a few minutes later, like a few hours later, he was dead.
It was
that's
definitely
not
reactionary. And I think,
yeah, for sure.
And I think it didn't matter who it was that would have done that. Keefe would have done that to him. And I think we got testimony during the trial that if you jump my nephew, for some reason, it's okay when our gang does it to our own, but if you do it to him, then it deserves a response.
But it's like you might get mad at your brother or your cousin and call them every name you could think of, right? Like some family member. But if somebody outside your family talks bad about that cousin, you'd be the first one to be like, hey, that's my family member. It's the same idea.
That's blood. You don't go there. Blood's thicker than water.
Exactly.
Interesting. Kathy, I'm a little bit smarter. I'm not sure what that knowledge is going to benefit me in the future, because I have to tell you quite openly, I don't plan on being involved in a gang life.
Nor do I.
More. I'm about ready to get out of this.
I don't honestly. Everything I know about this, I know from this trial. But like they said it clearly to me, so I'm like, why is everybody confused? They said all the things.
So mostly because we just didn't want to know. I think
truly
it was fun. I have to sort of switch things up a little bit and and ask you this.
Yes.
Tomorrow, your morning video, is it going to feature anything from this Judge Raquel West trial that just went down?
I don't know a lot about this trial, but it sounds very interesting, and I will definitely do some research.
Yeah, it's the defendant. The case itself was sort of bizarre in that at times I almost felt like this man is playing with a short deck. He's missing a few fries at his Happy Meal, and it's not fair. Granted, it's done by the law, right? It's not like the system we're rolled in. He chose.
Right.
He was twice. They evaluated him for mental health and said, "You pass. You're competent." But there are times in the trial I'm like, "Are you sure? Maybe a third one might be necessary." So there's that.
The
part
bar
of
is low. The bar is low.
It is. It is.
Clearly.
There's a spectrum, right? There's a range that fits in. Anyway, there were points where I felt bad. I'm like, this guy clearly is missing something upstairs. But then there are other times when he gets mad, he's spitting fire, and he's not being the goofy Cheshire Cat grin, asking weird questions. But the case by itself was like a no-brainer. It was done. Yeah, you're guilty. I'm with the jury on that one. It's the sentencing part that went off the rails. What he does while standing on the sink every time the 20 minutes comes around for the female officer to look in and check up on him. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I probably know, and I'm sad that I even have to think about it. Yeah.
The fact that he stole a can of mace from a guard and went down and hosed down somebody he didn't like who was locked in his cell, couldn't go anywhere, just spraying him down. The guards had to tackle him and take the can from him. He's a bit of a handful in the prison. Yet he thinks that he's God's gift to incarceration.
Don't they all? Don't they all? All of them are just like, oh, no jail could hold me. I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. Which is probably why they're in jail. They all are.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hesitant to say I'd like to hear your take on it, but I also don't want to subject you to listening to it because it's pretty terrible. There's one point I think almost anyone with half a brain would look at that and tell this prosecutor, why are you putting these women through this? Because the defendant was clearly enjoying the experience of questioning these female witnesses about things. And
ew.
Not like we can see on the screen type thing. Where he was building content mentally.
Yikes!
It was terrible. It was terrible, and the prosecutor just kept female witness after female witness putting them up there. And
I mean, you got to prove your case, and it's not like this guy was going to stipulate. So what are you going to do?
No. Anyway, Kathy, thank you for calling in.
Terrible. I'm so glad to speak to you. And I don't know if you've heard, I'm in the new Adelson documentary. I'm beside myself with joy.
I saw that. You made it big time.
Excited.
You're officially in the records, the annals of history. I guess.
Yes, and it's proof I can keep a secret because I've known for months and months and months, and I've said nothing. I'm very pleased with myself.
Wow, I'm impressed. Yep. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do that. I have a pretty big mouth.
Yeah, no, I kept it.
I kept to think something as I'm saying it. So,
honey, me too. But listen, get back to your channel. I need to make myself some lunch. I just wanted to correct the record.
All right, I stand corrected. Kathy, thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. That's Kathy from Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. Gossip Rumor and Innuendo. I can't even say it right. All flustered here. In the presence of a star, royalty as it may be when it comes to YouTube. Kathy's a lot of fun. She's also a handful, Kathy. I can say this to your face. You're a bit of a handful, and I'm very nervous sometimes talking to you on the phone. But thank you very much for the call and for straightening us out on that. You were 100% accurate on everything you said, I think, by my recollection. I just didn't recall it before you said it. So, all right. Yes, friend of the channel. And she's in the book. She made the book. The Annals of History, yes. All right, very real, very real. She's a lot of fun. I can't always repeat what she says, but she's fun. Let's see, where are we at now? We're looking at, it is 12:45. I need another card. I need another memory card. Do you have one? Hold, please. This mouse. Let's eject this one. There we go. Let's see if we can add this one here. How much memory does that give us? Yay, that adds 12 more hours of recording time. Okay, so we're good. The jury is not back yet. We're still waiting for them to show up. The judge's channel looks rather bleak and bare right now. This is her hold screen. But we're watching that. We're monitoring. We're not going to lose any of that. I think we're going to... how can they still be deliberating? They're arguing about the fine, I think. I think they're arguing over the fine. Let's see. Let's take a break and go to lunch. I think that would be a great idea. I'll turn the sound effects back on. Sorry, I had them off. What time is it now?
I think you're making a terrible mistake.
I've made several of those. Thank you. That's a beautiful sound, by the way. It is 12:45. Just looking at the schedule this afternoon, KFD doesn't start until 4 p.m. I'm going to go ahead right now. Let's make the KFD one right now. This is going to be... How did that get in there? Okay, we're wrapping up. I've got a call coming in, but I'm wrapping things up here. Hang on. It's going to be day 9, right? It's day 9. It's going to start at 3:45. I'm thinking we might just have a long afternoon off. A podcast tonight. I believe we're going to pass on this one. I know it's 2 in a row, but some very important stuff's going on. Some things that conflict that need to be prioritized over our fun little get-together. As much as we miss it, we'll shoot for next week if that works. We'll shoot for next week. So, okay. Live chat. Okay, the new thumbnail is up for KFD. Shelly Small, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. Very, very generous of you. Let me do a portal over to KFD this afternoon. So we've got a couple hours. We've got 3 hours before KFD starts. The Who Flung Poo trial. What I'm planning on, let me tell you this. What I'm planning on is let's just leave it right here and go to break. I will keep watching Judge West, and if there's action from Judge West, we'll go live with that immediately with the verdict, and then we'll drop that one again and then start KFD when KFD starts. So even though I'm saying we're portaling over to KFD that starts at 3:45, wait for it, because there's going to be a verdict as soon as I say we're going to lunch, and we'll be right back with Judge West and the verdict and the sentencing phase of that trial, or the Who Flung Poo trial. Buffer KFD's at 3. Why do you say that? Let's see. It's noon to 4. Is that right? It's noon Pacific time, right? So 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I've got to fix that then. Sorry, thank you, Northwest. Math is hard for me. That means we're going to start at 2:45. That only gives us 2 hours. Thanks for the correction there. Math is just hard. So we'll start at 2:45, which is 2 hours from now. So a 2-hour lunch is not bad. So I stayed until I hear the verdict music. Yeah. Stay tuned. Yes, stay tuned. We'll go live with the Judge Raquel West verdict as soon as it comes in. And then we're not going to miss it. I've put things in place so we're not going to miss it. That's the lunch plans out the window. I'm sorry, Tai Chi. We'll be picking up with Dwayne Davis here in a couple hours. But in the meantime, I do expect to play the verdict music for you. Just watch for that. Stay in a holding pattern. Even if it comes in during, like for some reason, if it takes them 4 hours to figure this out, we'll watch it probably during a break during the KFD trial. But we've got 4 hours of that this afternoon first. So tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe. We'll go live again in either in 2 hours or sooner if there's a verdict in the Hu Fung Poo trial. I don't know why we're calling it that, but it's a crap show. So we'll see you guys after lunch. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Take it. I think you're making a terrible mistake.